10, 12 seconds before it actually goes live. So it's just cheating. Alright, we are live. Welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is group 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is group 3, version 2.0, parentheses, I don't know. But this is Sanguine Light, episode 15. We have a nearly complete party tonight. We have Sam controlling Arabella, Wesley controlling Hogan, Eric controlling Zymor this one, JJ controlling Carter, and we are Sans Allison, so I'll be controlling Eve again tonight, and everybody else. When we last left off group 3, you guys had... The party had met, and then you guys had decided to go talk about dealing with the Heart of Embers. On your way to deal with them, you guys had the idea of seeking aid from Makana Lyrell, the one of the co-founders of the Kalkin. You guys went to the Kalkin's office in town and found that all the paper pushers of the office had been killed. Somebody raided the office looking for information, and as such left the rest of the Kalkin's base in shambles. And particularly, you guys found out that the Kalkin who hunt down and eliminate magical threats had several creatures and things locked away in their basement that were no longer being safeguarded. And when you guys arrived there, you found out that the Silver Sigil had been keeping adventurers and thieves out of the Kalkin's office as to keep those things locked up. You guys stumbled into the basement, had a pretty good brawl, got locked in the basement before the Silver Sigil decided you weren't possessed, almost got possessed again, and then fortunately got away. After that, you guys parted ways with the Silver Sigil and decided to head to... Or no, I think you guys slept that night, and then you decided to head to find Makana Lyrell. You had last seen her when she was helping out the Paladin Torque at the Chantry of Discipline. And you walked into the Chantry of Discipline, and then Eve's stone went off and summoned a bunch of skeletons. And to nobody's surprise, she was arrested again. We're going to pick up there with Torque taking Arabella and Eve into custody. As we ended the session, Zymor rolled a successful go easy check on him, and yeah. So I don't think this is appropriate music for this. Let's go with this. Anyways, so Torque and these... I forgot how many fire spawn guards I said there were. I think I said 4. That number's just on the top of my mind. But we're going to go with 4. Torque and these 4 fire spawn guards, after you guys finish dispatching the skeletons, and he's sitting there holding Eve's arm, he's going to look at Zymor and then just look back to Arabella and say, where's the other dipshit?
Other dipshit?
He's gonna gesture to Zymor and say, this one talks a lot, but the other one... your sparkly brother.
Good question. When you see him, let him know I'm looking for him.
Torque's gonna just growl at that and say, couldn't keep him out of trouble, could you?
He's not my... It's not my business to watch over him.
Uh,
I'm
he- yeah, he's just gonna say, well, if he catches the wrong side of my hammer, I won't pretend not to enjoy it.
Zai can take care of himself.
Can he? That's a me question. Regardless, though, Torque is going to gesture to the guards to surround Arabella too.
Wait, I didn't do anything.
Hey, come on. There's no need for that. We're not here to cause trouble.
And he says, he's going to say, and you're not being bound or chained for allowing necromancy to happen in the middle of the chantry. We're going to go to my orders hall, and we'll talk this out.
Alright, fair enough.
Torque's going to lead you guys through several passages before he finally leads you to a staircase that leads down. And it loops back over underneath the main chamber and it leads into a series of hallways that just dart into every direction underneath the chantry. Before he finally leads you to a small cramped room. It is where it was cold upstairs. It is terribly humid down here. In this room, there are 2 benches along the wall and a desk in the middle of the room with a steel chair on the other side of the desk. He's gonna walk into the room, still holding Eve by the arm, and he's just gonna throw her onto the chair, kind of roughly. And he's gonna just look at her and say, "You're still stupid enough to carry that stone?" Eve is going to say, "It's mine." Torque's going to say, "No, it needs to be destroyed." He's going to get up and kind of grapple with her for a moment. And you guys can watch how this turns out, but it's not going to end well for her before he finally rips the stone out of her hands and places it on the desk. And then he's going to turn to the rest of the party and say, "What are you guys doing in the chantry?"
We're looking for Makana Laurel. The last time I saw her, she was with you.
Torque's going to say if she wanted to be found, she'd make it so.
There are some not nice people looking for her, I believe. And I just wanted to warn her.
Do you know who these people are?
Does he say that?
Yes, he asked that.
Arabella will shake her head no. And just say, but I went to see her at the Calkin's place of business or whatever, and it wasn't pretty.
Torque's going to just kind of stand up from his chair and just slam his fist onto the desk on top of the stone and say, "Cut the shit, Arabella. I know about the Silver Sigil. I was there too."
Wait, was it the Silver Sigil, Brandon? This is
no,
a
Torque.
question.
Yeah, Torque was there when you guys interrogated Lilfear.
Oh, I was talking about the people that were there later.
They were dressed like it, in the same colors as the people who, rescued Lilfir.
Arabella's gonna say, I really am not trying to deceive you, Torque. They did not identify themselves as the Silver Sigil, but they did wear the same colors.
And he's just gonna grind his teeth and say, and they attacked the Kalkin there?
Have you been there since you've been in town? There's nothing left.
He's gonna shake his head and say, I haven't had time. She has, though.
Arabella's gonna say, there's nothing left. Everyone's dead.
He's gonna say, Makana's not dead.
Makana wasn't there when they attacked. When I looked at the bodies, they were too decayed. It happened when we were in Somervilla or on the way here.
Oh, gee, you figured that out.
Arabella's just not going to say anything.
Torque's gonna say, now I have every right to even possibly execute this one right here. And I should. But I know she's not malicious, she's just an idiot. I'll leave you guys and I'll let you go. However, you stay out of this. And I'll handle the Silver Sigil and I'll handle Makana.
Arabella. Oh, shit. Okay, Brandon, question. As being part of this chantry, is it against their things for Arabella to talk to the dead? Because she didn't bring him back to life. She just asked him questions.
I mean, that is considered minor necromancy.
Okay, then Arabella's going to keep her mouth shut. Arabella's going to keep her mouth shut. She's just going to say, I just want to make sure she's okay. That's it. Once I talk to her, I will leave her be.
Torque's just going to say, you guys are going to get in the way of me again with the Heart of Embers. You're going to get in the way of this. I don't need you messing things up. And especially not the Silver Sigil again. And he's going to look towards Eve and say, yeah, I know it was them behind the carriage attack.
That's the one that we found in the... You mean the carriage attack with the decimated bodies?
No, the carriage attack, the one where they bombed the carriage, and Torque literally carried all the bombs on his person, trying to get them out of the market square. That's better.
Arabella's gonna ask Torque, what does Eve know about the Silver Sigil? And Arabella's gonna look to Eve.
Torque's gonna also say, I don't know. What does she know? I just know she has a fondness for that bard. Eve's gonna just look up and just say, hey. We bards have to stick together. Especially, I'm not from here. I have to make friends where I can.
Can I insight that?
You can.
That's a nat 20.
On a skill check, let me check this real quick, because there's a very small chance that Eve might be able to beat that. I have to pull this up on this stupid other screen. I'm just praying Allison wasn't thinking forward when she placed her expertises.
It depends on, that's a 27 total, which I'm sure you can see, but I just
I can. Yeah, you're gonna beat her check. And you already know, by the way, and this is just gonna snap into Arabella's mind. You already know Eve has further dealings with the Silver Sigil, as far as she was able to ask them for a favor, and they came through and did it.
Arabella's just gonna keep it to herself.
Torque, on the other hand, inspects her very intently for a moment and says, "You're far too dumb to be associated with them. They cover their tracks." You, on the other hand, bring a stone of necromancy into the goddess's temple, who is solely against the undead! And Torque's going to kind of forget what he's talking about and get real mad at the stone on the desk. He seems distracted. If you guys are just sitting there watching him, what's actually going to happen, he's going to walk over to a shelf, pull out his warhammer, walk back to this desk, and just raise this thing overhead and smash off the corner of his desk, trying to break the stone.
Arabella's gonna catch his attention and say, "I can dispel the magic."
Yeah, Eve's gonna snap back as a quarter of the desk shatters in front of her. And Torque's just gonna put up his finger and say, "You are not touching this. Now, I said you guys can leave. Get out."
Arabella will nod, and she will grab Eve by the ear and pull her out of the room. Arabella is pissed.
As you guys leave, you're gonna see Torque pick up this hammer again and take another swing at the stone.
Okay, so has it been over 10 minutes, Brandon?
For your locate object?
Yes.
I did tell you the results of that.
You did. Okay, well that's where Arabella's gonna hit, since Torque seems to be preoccupied.
Yeah, let's get away from him. He seems to have a slight fuse problem.
I wasn't even there for this. I was over there freaking reading my books.
Arabella's just gonna smirk at Zymor and be like, you just don't even know. You just don't even know.
Torque's actually a good guy, so...
You mean lawful evil guy?
No, Torque's lawful good. He's the Popos.
I don't think so. Is he really?
Yeah, Torque's lawful good. He just doesn't express really himself well. He is the cops.
It's funny to me though, because the goddess is chaotic, is lawful evil.
Yeah, Torque's lawful. That's why he serves.
He's lawful.
Yeah, y'all broke the law.
I'm gonna lawfully goodly serve this evil person.
Arabella's gonna...
A lot of the people, and this is just for the people you guys are gonna meet in this world. To me, good and evil isn't I'm bad and I'm the greatest, holiest person. To me, good and evil is how do you go about your goals. If you have this goal, are you willing to hurt people for that goal? Are you willing to trample over, innocent people for that goal? Or,
absolutely.
Are you going to take a better path for it? And the Goddess of Fire has one sole goal in the world. Just purge the undead from it completely. And not all the undead are, terrible beings trying to rip apart life out of the world. Some of them are, just living their lives. But she hunts them maliciously. And that's where her goal is a noble aspiration, but it's a malicious intent in her heart for it. And
You
that's
gotta go about it any way you need to.
So people who also have that same goal, like, oh, I want to protect people from the undead, would find themselves in service to, the Chantry of Discipline, because that's their best option to do it. And that's why, lawful
Arabella.
good people can serve, and, lawful evil can also.
And then there's Arabella.
Forced into servitude.
Forced into servitude.
But anyways, we're gonna go back to
What?
the ambient music.
No.
Arabella's gonna turn to Zymor and be like, I know where she is. Do you want to risk looking for her?
I don't see any reason why not.
Other than Torque told us to leave her alone?
I didn't hear anyone agree to that.
Okay, I'm down. The scale mail doesn't make me very stealthy, though.
Besides, I mean, he didn't even know until we told him, so.
True. So, I'm gonna follow where I felt Makana's sword before.
Okay. Underground, you can't feel it. But I mean, if you go upstairs and you walk in that direction, outside the chantry, you are able to head into that direction. You are in the you're on the outskirts of the Palace District in a part of town called Arigard, where the Chantry of Discipline and the Chantry of Concordance are located.
Spell that, Brandon?
Arigard?
Yeah, just write it in some chat somewhere.
I can spell it for the listeners, and I can write it for you. It is Arrigarde.
Thank you.
I have a rules question. So a short rest is a period of time that you can't do anything strenuous. Can technically a short rest be taken while walking as long as that's all we're doing?
I think it details traveling in the short rest section. I think it says you can't spend more than 30 minutes of the short rest traveling.
It doesn't. It says a short rest is a period of downtime 1 hour long where you do nothing strenuous, such as then eating, drinking, reading, and tending wounds. The character can spend hit dice equal to the number of hit dice, equal to the character's level. Each hit dice spent, the player rolls a die, adds it to their constitution, regains that hit point total. The player can decide to spend hit dice after each roll, regains hit spice on the long rest. It says nothing about traveling. That's why I was... It's on page 186.
Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second.
That's why it's kind of like in your hands at this point.
So
We're
I
on
guess we'll all go
34th of Father.
Wherever this is, we're going. Where are we going?
Okay, here we go. Under long rest, a long rest is a period of extended downtime, at least 8 hours long, during which a character sleeps for at least 6 hours and performs no more than 2 hours of light activity.
That's a long rest. I'm asking about a short rest.
I'm telling you right now.
Oh, okay.
2 hours of light activity, such as reading, talking, eating, or standing watch. If the rest is interrupted by a period of strenuous activity, at least 1 hour of walking, fighting, or casting spells. So walking would be strenuous activity. Then it interrupts the rest. So you can't walk and take a short rest.
But that's long rest.
But it's strenuous activity.
I was gonna say, if walking will interrupt a long rest, it would still interrupt a short rest too.
Crap. Alright.
Chantry of Discipline and what other chantry? Chantry of...
Concordance.
Thank you.
Wait, is that
I gotta take notes out of my mother.
place a different place? Is this outside of Ardor, or is it inside?
No, I can draw a map for you, and I'll put that on
I don't need you to draw a map. I was just wanting to know: is this inside Ardor, or is this outside Ardor?
It is inside Ardor. The capital is built between two rivers. On a bay, and there are different sections of town, and it's each section of town's kind of like an overlapping circle.
Okay, I was just wondering because I just wanted to know if I needed to update there are contacts I could find here and there.
Well, I guess at that point, then Zymer would ask Arabella, was she moving when you felt her, or it would be okay for us to take about an hour before we head out?
I would go. How about we go now, and then you can rest when we get to the Temple of Umiya.
Okay, if that's where she is. I just in terms of if
Well,
something.
no, the Temple of Umiya is the god that was attacked. The goddess that was attacked. That's where we're gonna go after we see Makana.
Okay, I'm tapped out if anything unexpected and unfortunate happens. That's just my main concern. Well, I can do that. I guess it's fine.
I'm feeling a little stronger today. As long as I don't get possessed by a damn ghost, I got you. I got you.
Fair enough.
All right, so yeah, you guys are standing in a plaza of Arigard. There are lavish holy buildings around you, and some bureaucratic council buildings. Otherwise, you don't see Makana because you just kind of walked in the direction you felt her.
Okay, can I cast locate? How is my locate object? I'm thinking by now is worn off.
Yeah, I believe so. How long does it last?
10 minutes.
Yeah. Walking down to Torque's order hall, and sitting and chatting with Torque would have burned it.
Arabella's gonna cast locate object again.
Okay. I gotta read how it functions, but you are going to. Well, you're still looking for the sword, right?
It.
Yeah.
You what?
You're still looking for the sword, right?
Yeah, for her cursed blade.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it pulsing a little bit stronger this time. And you're gonna notice. Your attention is going to be set on a council building. More specifically, the Council of Immigration.
Council of Immigration. Arabella's gonna point to the tower or the building or whatever and say, "I think she's in there, guys."
The building itself looks like a small Parthenon. It is circular. You can see the open oculus of it from the angle you're standing at, and there are no doors on this building. People walking in are fully clothed in, their winter gear. It is a public building.
Shall we continue, guys?
Yeah.
Carter?
We're here to find whoever this is. Let's go find whoever this is.
Arabella's gonna walk into the building, hoping that her party follows.
Alright, walking into the building, you guys, what's everybody's passive perception?
17?
10?
What?
Alright, walking into the building, you guys it's decently dark in here. Around the main hall here, where the Oculus is, there are torches on pillars. The center here is kind of like a small amphitheater. There's a elevated row of benches in the back of the room, and between the pillars there are offsets that lead towards hallways with more torches. At the entranceway of this building, there are a group of servants tending to people entering. And you're going to be greeted by them as you step in. One's going to step forward from the hearth and bow and say, "You aren't councilmen. Was there anything we can assist you with?"
Shit, what gave it away?
Carter,
She's going
shut
to
your
say,
mouth.
"Well, I work here daily, and I've never seen you before."
Better shine my boots for the council.
I had a friend. I think I was looking for a friend, and I had a feeling she was here.
The woman's going to shake her head and say, "The council's not in session. This close to the holidays, nearly everyone's gone home. Most of the offices are deserted."
Or filled with bodies. That's something.
May I continue forward anyway?
She's going to just kind of look back at the group of servants there hesitantly, and then look back and say, if there was someone specifically you wanted to meet with, I could check to see if they're here."
Arabella will just say, I sense the direction that I'm supposed to go.
The woman's going to say, "But I can't let you raid through councilmen's offices unattended."
You're
Anything
welcome to
about
accompany
raiding.
us. I mean no harm to anyone. Can I roll a persuasion?
You can.
Fingers crossed, guys. 13.
This woman's still gonna kind of look a little bit on edge about that, but she's going to head back over and to her servants and say, or rather the other group of servants, and say, "Send word to Shosenis that there are a group of civilians here looking around. We'll need an extra set of guards down here." And she'll turn back to you guys and say, "Alright, I can escort you. Where are you looking for your friend at?"
Arabella will point in the direction that she senses Makana's blade.
Okay. It's going to be down the rightmost hallway of this building, and as you start walking in that direction, you're gonna notice that this hallway actually has doors to each of the rooms here. The other thing you guys are gonna notice is the servant that the lady talked to send word to the other person is following behind you guys before they open up a door on their left and head up a flight of stairs.
Security's kind of hard around here, isn't it?
It's okay though, Carter. We're not going to do anything wrong.
Yeah, the woman says, "Actually, we don't. This building's not heavily guarded. No one's really unwise enough to attack the council offices."
Still, you called for extra guards and everything. It's just an old man and his friends.
And
We're gonna amount
yeah.
to much.
she's gonna. I'm assuming Hogan's there with you, and she's gonna say, "But yes, there are 5 of you and only 1 of me. It's simple logic. If you guys try to do something that you're not supposed to, who am I to fight you off?"
Arabella will nod and say, No, it's okay. I appreciate your concern. Cautiousness.
Arabella's going to keep walking down the hallway, and she's gonna walk to a spiral staircase at the end of the hallway, and she's gonna feel the. Actually, she's not going to. She's not gonna walk there. She's gonna get most of the way to the end of the hallway, and then she's gonna feel the. She's gonna feel the presence about directly above her before she. Before the spell wears off.
Jesus. Arabella's gonna point
Take the
up.
wheel.
The woman's going to look around and then say, above us.
I guess so.
And she's going to ask, how are you sensing this person?
I'm
Pixie dust.
just looking for an object. I'm just thinking of an object that's near her.
She's going to say, I believe I've indulged you far long enough. I can't allow you to go into the Vice Administrator's office.
Why not? You could just bring your extra guards to up there with us. Not like we're doing anything.
And she's going to say, there's no one up there. The vice administrator has been gone for several weeks. He's been sick.
Looks like you're
Well, I mean, if no one's up there, it wouldn't hurt to poke her head in. I mean, she's saying she senses her up there.
The woman's going to say,
Extra guards, we poke our heads in, wouldn't be a problem.
Disrespectful. I can check for you if you'd like, but I can't allow you to go up there.
Arabella's gonna shake her head and just say, no, I don't want to cause any problems. We can come back another day.
The woman's going to just kind of look longingly at the spiral staircase in front of you guys at the end of the hall, and just say, very well. The council...
Can I roll an insight check on that look?
You can.
That's a 19.
Yeah, what you're gonna glean from it is a hint of curiosity. If anything, she's kind of questioning it too. But she's gonna say, the council will start meeting again on the 2nd. If you'd like to request a meeting, I can schedule you in.
Arabella will just shake her head and just say, I'm just concerned about my friend. I really just wish I knew if she was up there or not.
Even the dog is curious.
The woman's gonna say, well, I can check for you if you'd like.
I don't think you should go up there alone. Would you allow just me to accompany you?
She's gonna shake her head and say, I've been up there many times. I clean the offices.
Have you been out there today?
Arabella's gonna again say, would it be okay if just I accompanied you? I know what I'm looking for. Whereas you...
And she's gonna say, could you relay that to me instead?
Arabella will shake her head.
As you guys are sitting downstairs having this conversation, you're gonna hear footsteps shuffling from behind you, and then you're gonna see a man in a white and gold vest or I'm sorry, white and blue vests, and he's going to look at each one of you and say, "Are these the adventurers? Or I'm sorry, are these the civilians that wandered in?" The woman's going to nod. You guys are going to recognize him, as he was one of the members that was at the house in what's her face's entourage.
And who's what's her face?
I have to look up her name. Credori.
Oh, hey. Who's that?
Credori was the woman that fixed the urn.
Oh, yeah.
Are you talking about the place where we got locked inside the basement?
Yes.
Oh, it's one of those assholes.
So, Arabella,
Yeah.
upon seeing him, Arabella's just gonna be like, "We meant no trouble. We'll leave now."
Carter's gonna say that out loud
Carter.
too, where everybody can hear. Oh, it's this asshole.
He's gonna say, no. What brings you to the Immigration Council? Surely, we can always help a few foreigners.
I thought a friend was here, but I guess I'm mistaken.
He's gonna just raise. He's just gonna raise an eyebrow at that and say, really? Well, oh my gosh, how do I even say this name? Zhao Kai. There we go. That's a name. He's gonna say Zhao. Zhao, grab your servants and search down the offices here. Surely we don't want anyone camping out in the cold offices while we can find them a warm inn to stay at. My guards will take the duty of watching the door. The woman's gonna bow, and the man is going to look towards you and say, "Well, if you have to be leaving, you have to be leaving then."
Sam, you're getting my whispers, right?
No, am I? Where are they coming from?
They're on roll 20.
Oh, yes, I am.
Okay. Those are telepathic.
Oh, yeah, no, I did not see that.
It's almost like the Silver Sigil has friends in high places.
So wait, is he taking us up to that room, or is he leaving?
Can Arabella whisper back?
No, you can't. You don't have any way of responding. Sorry, it's a one-way thing.
He is not. What happened was Arabella said, "We're looking for a friend here," and then he told the servant to take all of her groups of servants and search
Brandon,
the rooms.
hold on a second, because Arabella would have said something completely different if I had read Zymor's whisper beforehand, which she would have heard.
I mean, I'm gonna say
Too late.
no retconning on it, but you can try and salvage the situation.
Arabella's gonna look to Zymor, like, just looking at him.
Just arches an eyebrow.
Yeah.
He has no idea what you're trying to tell him.
like, I mean, I feel like he would be able to see the panic in her eyes.
What happened? What did the guard say?
The guards said that they're gonna search every office. That they don't want somebody sitting around. And we know that they're the Silver Sigil, and we know that's who killed Makana's friends.
You don't know that they killed Makana's friends. You know they've been protecting her,
Yes, but Arabella knows. And she told them that they don't get along with the Silver Sigil.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as soon as they knew she was in town when we mentioned it, they were like, "We need to go find her now." Fucking. He's just gonna say, "Well, don't we have to be at that other place soon anyway? We can always come back later.
Arabella will say, yeah, I guess I'm just mistaken anyway. There's no way that Zai would be here.
If that means we're leaving, then we'll leave.
Yeah, well, we're sorry. We didn't mean to take up too much of your time. Well,
Do I need to roll a deception check, Brandon, for that?
You can go ahead and roll a deception check.
with advantage because I was helping?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it with advantage. He's gonna look a little bit confused, though.
That's a 13. Damn it, I should have let Zymor roll the deception.
He's gonna he's just gonna say, I don't know who that is, but regardless, I hope you find him.
Thanks. I appreciate that. And gonna walk my happy butt outside away from people.
Yeah, I'll go with her.
Alright.
As we're walking away, I'm gonna look at him like, you're not gonna try to lock me in another room, are you? Keep walking.
Arabella is gonna try to find like a alley or in a cove or something that she can get by herself for just a second.
Like outside of the building? Or in
Yes,
the building?
outside of the building.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
And she's gonna cast Sending.
Okay. Who you casting sending to?
Makana Laurel.
Ooh, let me see if she can get it.
A short message, 25 words or less, to a creature you're familiar with. Creature hears a message in its mind, recognizing you as the sender, and can answer.
Can you tell me the school of magic that it is?
It is evocation.
Evocation? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That actually... Wait, why is sending evocation?
I don't know, but let me make sure, but that's what it says when I looked it up. When I put it in my thing.
Player's handbook, spell...
I'm on that page right now. Hold on. Well, I'm 1 page away. Sending. I lied. I'm 2 pages away. Yeah, evocation.
No, I'm looking at it
Third
now.
level evocation.
Sending is evocation, which...
What?
Works.
What?
What are you saying?
Oh, shit. 25 words or less. Hold on. I gotta think this out for a second.
Cast sending. Just hear it's like silent or static for.
No, I feel like I would have thought this out first. So hold on.
What's everybody else up to? You guys gonna just be escorted out, or?
I would have followed her out. So
Yeah, I would have followed out as well. I'm not trying.
Yeah.
I should have been looking around for things to steal, but people were watching.
Doesn't seem like the security's too heavy right now.
I was waiting for Carter to try and steal that stone from Torque on the way out.
Nah.
Yeah, Carter's not gonna put his hand near that warhammer.
Nah. Well, I might, but I'm thinking. Are there any stores around, like in the close proximity?
In Arigard, there would be some places to buy ritual supplies and things of that nature. There is a crypt also nearby, which
Cool.
yeah,
I don't need it, but cool. I'm gonna go to one of these ritual places just for the fact that oath blades are part of rituals. Maybe I can sell this thing.
Did I tell you how much it was worth?
Yeah.
8 million gold.
Okay,
46.
exactly 25. Hold on a second.
Exactly 25. Do I want to send this? I don't know. Oh well, there's 13 of your words gone.
Shut up, Brandon.
Just like texting, once you send it, you can't take it back.
Yeah, just like you're sending. Hello, can you hear me? Is this thing on? Oh, hey, Makana, I was one. Out of words.
Hey, nerd, come to the Lucky Last.
Exactly 25. Arabella's gonna say, "Where are you? I came looking for you and may have accidentally alerted the silver sigil to your presence. Tell me how to help you."
Let's see. Cinder's with you're familiar with here's it and recognizes you as the sender. Okay, if it knows you, that's fortunate. Otherwise, that would be terrifying.
I've been playing with the idea of fucking with people with my telepathy. just like sit there like casually like in town and just sit there repeating on a guard's head, kill them all. Just drive him insane.
You're hilarious.
That would be great. Oh my god. I would... Suddenly you see a guard just scream, I can't take it anymore! And just goes on a rampage.
The only downside is I have to be in 30 feet to do it.
Damn.
You follow this one guard around at all times. You figure out where he sleeps and like in his house and everything. You just stand outside the house and just do it as he sleeps.
Let's see. 1, 2,
Some
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Damn it! Why did I not read that before I opened my mouth?
In the future, everyone in group 3, keep an eye on Roll20 because that's where my telepathic shit goes.
Okay, but just say, "Hey Sam, pay attention," or "Hey Arabella, pay attention."
I was trying to, but you guys were talking back and forth, and it would have
Interrupt
been
me.
rude to interrupt.
Interrupt me! Damn it! Interrupt me!
Arabella's gonna get a message back that says, or she's gonna get a message back from Makana, and Makana says, "What? Distract them, or find out who attacked my people. Whatever you're gonna do, just do it quickly."
Arabella is gonna, oh shit, she's gonna pull out her journal, she's gonna write that down, and she's gonna show it to Zymor.
I can't do shit for an hour. This is why I said we should rest first.
Oh shit! Let me see what spells I have. Damn it, I don't want to attack people.
See, what do I have for cantrips? What I can do? Like nothing at all.
Oh shit. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay. Arabella's gonna look at Zymor and go, "Hey, can we go back in there and look for my betrothed? I just want to distract somebody about something.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay,
He's
sure.
technically an immigrant, and it's the immigration office, so maybe they may know where he is.
Okay.
And maybe
Sure.
we
Talking
can
about
get
Willis?
closer to him, to that room, and you can, sneaky.
I can't do shit for an hour.
What are we doing?
The party is deciding to go back in. Makana responded to the sending and said, "Distract them, or find out who attacked my people. Whatever you're gonna do, just do it quickly."
Okay. Well, if we want to distract people, I have an idea.
Oh god, Carter, what are you thinking?
I could go in and just start smashing walls.
Carter, you'll go to jail!
I've been before.
An hour I can get him out of jail.
Eve's gonna high five him, or rather low five him, and say,
85 is a high five for Carter.
yeah, and she's gonna say, "Jail ain't nothing."
Arabella's gonna say, "Eve, do you have a spell or something that can help us?"
See, what can I do with prestidigitation? Let's see.
Nothing. You can do nothing with prestidigitation.
Actually, you can with that.
You can do quite a bit.
Think about it.
I'll
light a torch and I'll throw it at one thing.
Can you make somebody invisible? Can you help a girl out, Eve? Can you help a girl out?
Wait, what level is Allison? Is she?
She's 5.
What?
Oh,
How
she's
is that?
5, okay.
How is that building lit?
She has not picked her 3rd level spells.
Oh, good. You can pick them for her.
I'm not going to.
Fireball! Fireball!
Hold on,
Fireball!
I'm gonna text her right now. I'm gonna text her right now.
Brandon,
yes.
what was the source of light in that building?
The source of light, it is very dimly lit. It is lit just enough to
What are the light
torches.
sources? Torches.
And a hearth by the entrance.
Shitty spells.
Alright, I'm gonna walk in and just start snuffing torches.
Ooh, another idea.
All right,
I can do that. Like, I'm not actually doing that now. Like, I'm suggesting, like, I could do that.
We could start.
Hey, invisibility is a 2nd level spell.
Yeah, guess what she hasn't picked?
Oh.
That's how I was gonna get us in there, by the way.
Why didn't you say that?
I said I could get an hour's rest, you and one other person in there.
But in an hour could be too late.
Yeah, well, I said it earlier, but she weren't reading my fucking messages.
I wasn't reading your messages. You should have said, "Hey Sam, pay attention to me. Don't let your mouth overflow."
Real good idea. Ooh, I'll go in there, act like I need to talk to people, and then act like I'm having a heart attack from old age and see if anybody will try to help me. While everybody's freaking out that the old man is dying in the middle of the room.
How good are you going to be able at faking and deceiving them?
Yeah, I don't know. That, or I could just, like I said, I could act like I've gone crazy.
Act like I've gone crazy.
I just look to Arabella and I say, we can't do much. Just tell her to get out while she can.
Wait, prestidigitation. Can't you... I forget what it does.
I can snuff candles, torches, and campfires. I can clean or soil objects. I can warm or flavor things. I can create a small symbol on an object. I can create a non-magical trinket or illusionary image that can fit in my hand.
Make what's his face pee
Dang it.
himself.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say, if you could, we'd make it look like I caught fire, like suddenly combusted into fake flames in the middle of the place.
No, that would be minor illusion. I don't have.
I
Damn
can
it.
set you on real fire.
I can too!
Alright, as you guys are having this conversation out in the alleyway, because time is still passing, you're going to hear a window break on the far side of the building.
Okay, I'm gonna run over there.
I'm following. That sounds like somebody escaping.
Like hardcore, like dashing, running as fast as I can, running.
Okay. As soon as Arabella turns into the alleyway, and gets to this far side of the building, she's going to semi-recognize the windows a little bit as the area that was leading towards the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
On the floor of the alley, Arabella's going to see a man flat out on his back. He is bleeding, although he has no visible wounds other than falling out of a window, I guess.
Looking up into the window, do I see anybody? Do I see?
Well, on the ground next to him is Makana's sword, by the way.
Holy shit.
And you're...
Makana was a man!
Yeah, you're gonna see a blonde head peek out of the window, and then go back in, and then leap out. She falls 1-2 stories before from the blade. A large purple bird just materializes and swoops underneath her, breaking her fall.
I was about to say, someone should probably try to catch her.
Yeah. It shatters into dust as she lands on it.
Arabella's gonna tell her to get against something stone and stay still.
She's gonna look at you huffing, for a moment, and then back towards the window, and then she's just gonna press her back to the council building.
But what is the man dressed in?
Arabella's gonna cast. It is stone, right, Brandon?
It is mostly stone.
What kind of stone?
Arabella's gonna cast meld into stone on Makana.
He's gonna kill this woman.
Let me make sure it works the way that I think it works.
Go ahead and read me the type of magic it is.
Oh shit!
Also, what kind
meld
of
into stone? It's transmutation.
Transmutation? Okay. What kind of stone is it, Carter?
Yeah, I'm using my stone cunning here. What kind of stone is it?
It is not cobble and it is not marble. I will have to look up types of stone that was used to be built with. I think it would be technically mortar.
With you at this point.
Okay.
It's probably the most useless thing I have for a barbarian.
But Arabella's going to cast meld into stone, and it should cause her and all of her belongings. It melds her and all of her equipment into the stone for the duration of 8 hours.
Jeez.
You just trapped her here for 8 hours?
No, because using your movement, you step into the stone at a point you touch. Nothing of your presence remains visible. Otherwise detected by non-magical senses. When you merge in the stone, you cannot see what occurs outside it. You remain aware of the passage of time and can cast the spell again while merged into stone. You can use movement to leave the stone where you entered it at any time, which ends the spell.
I'm just wondering, why don't we just get her and fucking hoof it?
Because they're right.
As you cast this and you press Makana into the stone, you are going to see another head pop out of the window above, and you're gonna recognize it as the Silver Sigil Man from earlier, and he's gonna say, "Hey, wait!"
Did he see Makana?
He did not see Makana, but he does see a man dead on the cobblestone.
Arabella's gonna yell up and say, "What happened? I thought nobody was in that room."
I didn't do it.
He's gonna say, "Wait there. I'm sending my people."
I'm gonna pretend like I'm trying to give aid to this guy. Is he even alive?
Is he alive? Because I can heal him.
I was thinking more of kill him so he don't have a witness, but okay.
I'm gonna aid him. Let me put the blade of my hand.
He is rolling death saving throws.
Let me help him.
He ain't doing well with them.
I'm there making it look like I'm trying to tend to his wounds. I just put my hand over his mouth and I cast poison spray. I can't make the save because he's down.
Well, I mean, regardless, isn't it half if he fails?
Either way, if he's unconscious, it's automatically 2 failed saves just from damage.
No, I mean, he was on 1 save anyway, so he's dead.
Okay.
Murderer.
I just look up at the rest of them no, he's gone.
Couldn't save him, guys. Sorry, I tried. I mean, Zymor would have to say that incantation. I think it's verbal and somatic.
Oh. Don't forget Hogan is with us and that he's lawful.
Well, I already did it. I can't take it back now.
I mean, you can try and roll a stealth check against Hogan's perception.
Which is an 11 that he just rolled.
Yeah, you're gonna have disadvantage on it.
Oh, why disadvantage? It's not like I'm trying to move stealthily.
Yeah, but you can't really cast a spell stealthily without
Alright, hang on.
without still spell.
It still beats him.
Yeah. So you're just gonna be able to, I imagine, put one hand over your mouth and the other on him, and just, look a little sad,
Well, I imagine what I would actually do is make my back facing everyone else so they can't see exactly what I'm doing. That would be more of the way I would go about it.
Okay.
Let's just hope they don't notice.
Allison said that Eve, her next spell she took would be invisibility.
Okay. Eve is not going to know she can cast that because she's sporadically magical.
But besides, they don't know I did it. They see, oh, this guy's been hit with the poison spell. I'll be like, yeah, it must happen before he got thrown out the window.
We are in so much.
Did I ever go to that one store like I said I was going to?
Nope, you were with us. Sorry, bruh.
Yeah, I'm going to that store. Like he said, that dude said, "Wait, I don't like that dude, so I'm going to go to the store and sell this blade." Damn it!
You're gonna pick up the sword.
No, not his sword. No, my oath blade that I have.
Oh, okay. All right. So Carter's gonna be like, "Shit, man, cops."
No, he told me to wait there. I don't like that guy. He locked me in a room. I'm just walking away. Like, forget him. Not my problem.
Fuck the police.
Coming straight from the underground, literally.
You can't. Okay, you remain. Okay. I've just had to read over Meld with Stone again. Anyways, so Carter heads to the store, and the rest of the party waits for the guards to come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Words and police, we don't mix. The nearest store to you is going to be is probably going to be outside of one of the chantries, or even attached to one of the chantries. Would be I was wanting to go to that ritual store that was close by.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The Chantry of Concordance would probably be the one most likely to have something like that inside of it.
Let's go to I'm walking there.
The Chantry of Concordance is not the Chantry of Discipline, which is going to make a mile of a difference.
Yeah.
The Chantry of Concordance is made up by a very large winding tower that is actually one of the only buildings in town that reaches near the height of the palace. Atop this tower, atop the tower is this large crystal orb. Kind of sitting off in a, I'm sorry. Atop the tower is, at first, a circular, disc, with pillars rising from it, that just forms this open viewing platform atop the chantry. And then on top of that is a glass orb half the size of that open area. The tower itself is pretty large. It starts off square before it turns into a cylinder on the second extension of it. I don't know the architectural terms for it. But anyways, welcome to the Chantry of Concordance. At the base level would be the sages and the public libraries. Down at this library, you could find a handful of merchants vending, these ritualistic items needed for, different divining rituals to people.
I'm gonna go up to one of them, ask them if they would buy this sword from this oath blade from me.
I'm gonna put that in Discord because if I do it in there, it's just gonna do it.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna roll you a percentage die to see if you find anybody willing to.
All right.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Oh God. Okay.
Is there a space after that W?
Yes, and then you type.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you type the name, you should get a.
I took intimidation, not
drop
persuasion.
down.
Yeah, you're gonna just walk into this makeshift trading station and like sit down and start trying to peddle your goods to people, which is a wedding ring you stole.
Basically, I didn't steal it. Dead people's loot does not count as stealing.
Yeah. Did Carter clean it off at all? That's a question I'll let you answer because I don't think he did. Okay, he did. Okay.
I'm gonna say yes. I don't think he's gonna try to steal a bloody sword.
Yeah. People here aren't going to be too interested in it. You will find a young Sagite though who's gonna come over to you and say, "Sir, you need a permit to be selling with these merchants."
I'm gonna show him my ruby pendant and be like, "Isn't this permit enough?"
He's gonna shake his head and say, "No, even merchants of the ruby have to go through the proper channels of the chantry." But he's just gonna whisper to you and say, "But there's a girl I like, and I was hoping that she would give me a blade on the Wake of Earth. Perhaps if she saw me walking around with one, she might get jealous. I don't have the money to nearly pay for something like that, but I'd be willing to buy it for what I do have."
I'm okay with that, honestly. I think it would work, honestly. I know how women work.
He's gonna pull out.
I've been around for a while, man.
He's gonna pull out 15 gold and say, "Will you accept this?"
Absolutely, and I'll take the gold and then I'll hand him over the oath blade.
He's gonna look at the merchants there who are just kind of watching this exchange go down, and he's gonna say, "What? I'm not taking any business away from you guys." And he's leaving. They're just gonna shake their heads and go back to pawning off their wares.
All right, so that's 15 gold and 1 oath blade gone.
We're gonna jump back over to the rest of the party, who's waiting in this alleyway.
Do we have to?
You don't have to.
Carter's gonna be. I guess he has no other choice. His business has been done. He's gonna start walking back to the alleyway they were at.
You guys don't have to. I just assumed that was the decision.
No, it was. I was just saying, do we have to go back to us?
So yeah, this man and his guards are going to come running up, and along with him is also going to be Shosenis. And there's about 8 of them in total by the time they get around to this part of the alleyway. And they're gonna look at the man and say,
as they come running up, I'm gonna be like, "This man needs medical attention."
Their Shosenis is going to say, "Don't bother, he's already dead." And the other guards are gonna kind of look in shock at that. The man that you talked to earlier, who was the one who told you guys to leave, is gonna walk towards the sword the man was holding and reach down for it. Before he does, Shosenis is gonna put out his hand and say, "Don't touch it!" And the man's gonna look back up and just nod and leave it on the ground. And he's gonna look at the rest of the party and say, "Where did she go? Which direction?"
Well, I don't really know who, but we heard the crash when we were leaving the building and we came to investigate. I think I saw someone dart down the other side of this alley and turn left.
You're a liar.
Yeah, I would say roll a deception check, but he's gonna look back to Hogan and say, "Is he lying, or is this did she really go that way?
No, he's a liar. He knows where she is.
And Shosinus is going to say, look, she's already killed one person.
I'm just gonna look at Hogan, not say anything at this point.
Still a chance. Nobody?
Yeah, Shosinus is going to say, look, I recall saving all of your lives earlier.
She's in the wall.
He's going to inspect the wall and say, with what spell?
I'm not a spellcaster. She's in that wall.
Yeah, he's going to say it's always that was always Credori's strong suit. And he's going to pick up his sword and just whack it against the wall one good time, wielding it in two hands, and
It has to do more than 50 bludgeoning damage.
yeah.
I can do that.
Shut up, Carter.
Not even there.
Oh, that's true.
Got a phone call.
He's going to say, well, that is fine. We can wait her out. Things like this can't be permanent. And he's going to look to the man who. I just need to name this. I need to give you guys this guy's name because I'm tired of describing what he's done to describe
This man
him.
on the floor.
Yeah.
Floor boy. There we go.
No. He actually does have a name. He's gonna look to Dathan and say, Dathan, go fetch Credori. Let her know that we found her. My men and I will stay here until she is forced out. And he's gonna look back to the rest of the party and say, if you want to look for her so much, you're more than welcome to stay. Is the party gonna stay?
I'm just gonna look to Arabella.
I'm not there, so I can't decide.
I don't know. Arabella's just gonna look at Zymor and say, we can rest here for an hour.
No, check your damn messages. He's gonna just say, no, I think we've been here long enough.
So you guys are gonna trap Makana in the stone and then just leave her?
She can leave anytime she wants to.
Out the way she came.
Yeah.
Yeah. And who says we're leaving there? Temporary.
I mean, it is 8 hours.
Arabella is just gonna shrug her shoulders and follow Zymor.
Yep.
Alright, so, and I rolled the time that, Makana's was going to, look to see if it was safe to come out. I just have to read if she can.
She can. It says she can leave. Well, no. Once she leaves, it breaks the spell.
Yeah.
Because she can't look out without moving out of it.
Makana might be gone, guys.
No, she ain't.
Let's see. She
I
rolls
might have
with...
wasted valuable resources just to
Wow!
find a dead person.
What, Brandon?
So she rolls with this. So when you guys look at the YouTube video, I'm gonna put my webcam on these dice. She rolls with disadvantage to perceive through the stone, and rolls a 20 and a 20.
Woo! Go Makana!
Because I guess reasons. Anyways, as you guys walk away, you're just going to
stay.
Okay, Hogan's gonna stay. Okay.
Why do we always have to have one of these in the party every time? I mean, damn it!
I mean, it's not hard to not break the law.
How did we break a law? Other than, well, Makana did.
Well, we assisted in the escape of a murderer and trespasser.
No, I just wanted her to get rifle trial. I didn't want her to get killed by the silver sigil.
You guys walk away, and it's probably about 10 minutes of waiting there. By the time, or after about 10 minutes pass, Makana is going to leap out from the wall, fists ready, and she's going to throw a punch at Shosenis, catching him a bit off guard, but he's going to dodge it, and in turn try and grapple her. And Hogan
I'm gonna try to grapple her as well.
Okay, Hogan's going to witness this too. You can go ahead and roll me an opposed grapple check.
I actually don't know how to do that in this edition.
Roll me roll a d20 and add your athletics to it.
So just an athletics check then?
Yes.
Alright. Hey yo.
Woo! So what's gonna happen is she's gonna throw the punch at Shosenis. He's gonna move out of the way, and she's gonna dash and leap towards her sword. And as she does, both Hogan and Shosenis are gonna dogpile on her.
Can I suplex her?
Can I suplex?
Well, you have her partially grappled, and he has her grappled too. To suplex her would also be to suplex him.
Let's see. Every time I get a chance to suplex somebody, I take that chance. Or I take that opportunity.
I like how Hogan's like assisting in the law, and then just gets carried away and's like, yeah!
Yeah, I was about to say, he's lawful good, but does not give up any chances for unnecessary brutality.
Hey, we all have our
with a great
flaws.
axe. He did not hit her attacker with a great axe.
That is true.
Roll me another athletics check.
So many checks.
I imagine while this is going on, I'm getting my short rest in.
I thought you guys were walking away.
Well, you said like 10 minutes passed by, so I assume we got wherever we were going.
Where are you going?
Because weren't we going to the temple of wherever...
Umiya?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's... You guys are in the center of the city. That's on the outside edge of the city. That's in the bay.
I don't feel like Arabella
I
wouldn't go that far away.
No, I wouldn't have went that far either. I probably would have found somewhere that we could just stay that was close by to get my short
And I would
rest.
want to find somewhere to sit that I could see down that alleyway.
What's gonna happen, though, is Carter is going to walk back towards the alleyway expecting his party, and what he's gonna see is Hogan like on top of both Makana and Shosenis. And Shosenis was the paladin that helped you guys earlier, by the way.
The one that locked us in the thing, not really helped
the one
us.
that locked me in a basement. Help me my ass.
You're gonna see Hogan and Shosenis grappling this woman on the floor. And Hogan is gonna plant his feet, get out of this grapple, and just start lifting both of them, bending his back backwards and almost getting them off the ground. Before Shosinus is also going to be lifted to his feet, and he's going to plant himself and pull back and hold both him and Makana back against Hogan's weight. And this is a struggle of pretty epic proportions happening right now. Before Shosinus is going to let go of her, and Hogan's going to complete his suplex.
Justice!
See, I'm stuck in a dilemma because I know what Zymor would want to do right now, but at the same time, as a D&D player, I usually find that unethical.
Roll me a d4 of suplex damage.
I'm not even a monk this time. Let's see. Boom.
Just gonna sit there and rub my eyes. I'm getting too old for this shit.
You're gonna slam Makana backwards into the stone. Just positioning her back against the wall, surrounded by you and Shosinus's men. And he's gonna point to her and say, "You have become a nuisance."
Stop resisting!
Ow, what is that?
For real.
Jesus Christ.
And he's gonna go on and say, "You have no idea how hard you've been making things lately. I'm happy, though, that we got to you instead of whoever did God knows what to your friends. But you'll..." And he's gonna say, "But you'll have time to think about them as you lie in a dungeon at the Conclave for the next few years." Makana is going to just rub her head and then spit towards Shosinus and says, "Only cowards work in the shadows."
I work in the shadows. I'm not a coward.
She's gonna spit towards Carter too and say, "Yes, you are." I'm kidding.
What I do for the good.
Shosinus is just gonna gesture. Is just gonna gesture to his men and say, "Strip her of her goods, the armor, the necklace, all of it." And then he's gonna look back at the sword on the cobblestone, and then look at Makana and say, "How do we move that?" And she's gonna say, "You don't."
Can I take the sheath off of her side?
You can. She does have a sheath for it.
Alright, I take the sheath, and I slide the sword into the sheath without touching it, and then hand it to him.
Okay. As the sword connects with the sheath, go ahead and roll me a wisdom save.
Oh god.
You
my
get
God.
for
Karma is a
spelling this
bitch.
out.
I'm actually good at those.
Not this time!
Can I use my inspiration on that, please?
You can. You're going to touch the blade with the sheath, and as you do, you're gonna just hear this horrible screeching sound in your
I
mind.
get that anywhere.
And as you completely sheath the sword, it's gonna get a little bit more muted, but it doesn't go away.
Okay. I do have gauntlets on if that makes a difference.
Not much of a difference, but I mean, it's not overbearing.
Okay.
Um,
So mechanically, what's going on here?
Mechanically, the sword is sentient.
I mean, am I taking damage or anything, or?
No,
what?
you're not taking damage now. The sword cannot do anything to you initially if you pass the
Alright.
save.
I'm gonna hold the sword by the belt. You know, you got a belt that you actually wrap around your waist.
Yeah.
That holds its scabbard. I'm gonna hold it by the scabbard. I mean, the belt itself.
Okay.
Just sort of let it drag.
Yeah. As you do, the sound gets more distant.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm going. I'm going to. Is it good? I mean, is it muted enough to where it's not going to do damage to me at this point?
Hogan wouldn't know that.
Okay. Well, he's a tough guy. He's gonna hand it back to him. He's like, "Oh, so what do you want to do with this? It's loud. It's really loud."
Is Hogan like robot talking for anybody else? Or is that just me?
He's like really reverberated
he's-
for some reason.
Okay, it's not just me.
I'm just having internet trouble. Can't help it.
I was just wanting to make sure like my headphones weren't fucking with me or something.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
it's
I
alright.
can still understand you fine. So.
Yeah,
We
no,
can,
I
under-
can
we
understand.
can
it. It's
understand you. It's just really like mechanical.
It was just I was concerned for my headphones.
Yeah, no, we're good.
I'm getting some feedback too. There's nothing I can do about it.
No worries, man.
He's gonna say, Krodori can, contain it whenever she gets here. And
Okay.
he's gonna look to Makana and say, is that one of those creatures that you brought it into the city? She's not gonna say anything, and he's gonna say, you hypocrite!
Is there a barrel nearby, perchance?
I'm gonna roll you a percentage barrel check. Over 35, there is. 68, there's a barrel. There are
Okay.
several empty ones in this alleyway.
Alright, I put the sword in the barrel and then pick up the barrel.
There you go.
One way to do it.
Is it any better?
Getting more distant. However,
Put the barrel in another barrel.
Put the barrel in a crate. Put the crate in a truck.
truck
I
in a plane.
can't. Yeah, I can't tell. I just when you figure out how it works, you figure out how it works.
Well,
But
I mean, the sword's touching the scabbard's touching the barrel, I'm touching the outsides of the barrel. I'm like, it's separated by like 3
Yeah.
degrees here.
it's the sword is not affecting you. At all.
Significantly?
Yeah, like significantly. However, you are aware of its presence.
Oh, I mean, I was about to start filling this thing with dirt, but well, I don't know much about these things except they're trouble, so I'm going to give it over to you because I don't want it. Next.
Yeah, Shosenis is gonna take the barrel and then set it down. At this time, the men have already stripped Makana of her amulet and her armor, and he's gonna take the large jacket off the guard that's dead on the center of the floor, and say, and throw it over Makana and say, I'll give you the decency of not parading you through the streets in chains. Come on. And Makana's just gonna say, he was alive when I pushed him out the window. The fall wasn't gonna kill him.
Apparently it did.
She's gonna say, his fault for touching the sword.
Oh, it's your fault for sneaking into a building where you don't belong.
She's gonna look at Hogan and say, "I don't have anywhere else to, all right, let's go." And
Not my problem.
Yeah, she's gonna follow behind Shosenis. With that, Carter and Hogan are alone in the alleyway.
I'm gonna pick my axe up.
Okay. Do you have any idea where everybody else went? I presume they would all be still here. Also, nice suplex. Nice technique.
They taught me that at the academy.
Very nice technique.
Never used it before. My head hurts.
Still, nice technique. I like it. I gotta do that sometime.
I'm too old for this.
So am I. So am I. Not knowing where everybody else went.
Yeah, would the rest of the party reveal themselves?
Yeah. Like, I have no clue where y'all went.
Yeah, like you guys just see Carter and Hogan talking in the alleyway now.
Hold on, I'm just sending a check your shit, Sam.
Yes, Sam.
Arabella would nod to that.
So, and that would be a no.
We would not reveal ourselves.
Alright.
From an initial look around, not noticing anybody, Carter's just gonna head back to the Lucky Last, because that's where he said to send the package to him, to his contact.
I have to take a quick restroom break, so I'm
Okay.
sorry. I apologize.
So Arabella and Zymor just sit in the alleyway.
We would wait for Carter and Hogan to leave.
Okay, does Hogan go back to the Lucky Last too?
Actually, I have a question. He would not have a building devoted to his deity in the city, would he?
What's his religion? Darenthal?
One moment, please. Yes.
There was one, actually, at the start of the month. They had just finished following the paperwork for it and getting it up and running as a sanctuary for all those Darencel seers seeking someplace to stay. And then recently, within the last 3 weeks, someone burnt it down.
Jesus.
Was it group one?
Huh?
Assholes.
No.
Was it group one?
It was Akthal's our personal story that he abandoned.
Group 2.
But no, there is a commune. There is a commune where the survivors stay. That I imagine just coming to town, Hogan would have, learned where it was. However, that said, survivors is a loose term, where originally there were hundreds of these people manning this temple to finally get it off the ground. There are maybe enough to count on one hand left that didn't die in the fire.
Oh, if I had known that sooner, he might have been doing something very different. He's going to go seek those people out then.
Okay.
I guess I'm the only one going back to the Lucky Last to go get my freak on.
We're gonna handle.
Listen, Arabella got plenty of freak on last night.
We're gonna handle.
What was that, a Menage a 4?
We're gonna handle Carter first because that's going to be the easiest, and then
Absolutely.
yeah, I don't even know what we're gonna do about the rest of y'all, but we'll get there when we cross that bridge. Anyways, for Carter, you are getting back to the Lucky Lass. You are going to be you are going to have a message waiting for you that there is a patron that rented a room for you and them.
Oh. Maybe someone wants to denounce their love for me. I don't know. I'll thank I'm guessing it's the messenger boy or whoever it was that told me this.
Yeah, what was his name? Was it Koto or was it Holani?
God, if I know.
It was one of those two names.
It's both. It's both.
No. It was Koto who was here. Koto. That was.
Well, Koto.
Yeah.
I will thank him. I'm gonna toss him 5 gold pieces.
Man, this dude's making bank off you.
Is that that old man that?
No, I'm the old man. What are you talking about?
No, you just don't even know.
Oh no. That's somebody else you're thinking of, Sam.
The only reason I did that is because I had 305 gold, and I really didn't want to see that extra fucking 5 hanging off the side.
All right. You're going to.
And then I'm gonna head up to the room.
Yeah, you're gonna head. You're gonna head up to the private room, and sitting inside is gonna be a woman with midnight black hair and pointy ears showing through them. She has on a loose tunic and a pair of green pants. She's sitting on the floor next to a small floor table that was brought in. And she is currently looking at herself inside of her through the reflection of her dagger when you walk into the room. And immediately upon seeing you, she puts it away. She says, I heard you're selling venom.
Well, it's not on me per se, but yes, I am.
She's going to say, I'll buy all that you have.
Well, if you wish to purchase it, go to... I'm going to butcher this name, trying to pronounce it. Is Neriania? You know who I'm talking about. I don't know.
Norinius?
Yeah, Norinius. He currently holds the product. And when he gets the product, well, when he receives payment, you'll receive the poison, obviously. That's what I'm trying to say.
She's gonna stand up and say, fine, I was trying to cut out the middleman. I never liked that rat anyways. And she's gonna head towards the door.
Alright, well, good day. I hope to do business with you another day if the time comes by.
She's gonna look back for a moment, open her mouth to say something, and just shake her head, and then walk out.
Smooth.
Yeah, smooth. Okay. Well, I 100% wasn't expecting that. You said a dagger in her hand when I opened the door. I was like, okay, I'm killing somebody in the right room. Got it.
Otherwise, you are left alone.
I think we'll go downstairs and order me a round of that piss water that they have here. Now I'm legitimately going to say, it's like, give me a round of the piss water.
And you're going to get your party kicked out of the Lucky Lass. This is a nice establishment, sir.
It's not ale and it's red, it's piss water.
Yeah, Taek, the matron of this place, is just going to walk over to you and try and quietly explain that this is the finest imported wine from Alil Nakai. And ask that you not refer to it as such. But otherwise, you are able to You are able to luxuriate at the Lucky Last for the remainder of the afternoon if you'd like.
I think I'm going to take a few shots and then I'll probably head to Norinius myself later. But that'll be later.
Okay.
I want to get good and drunk first.
What are Arabella and Zymor doing?
Talking at the moment. Whispering in a dark alley somewhere. Well, first things first, like, we have to get me a short rest. There's no way I can do anything or even attempt to do anything without one.
Did they leave anything on her, Brandon? Anything I would recognize? Anything that's specifically hers?
I mean, she's wearing her clothing, I'd imagine, right? Which is...
Wait, what do you mean? On Makana?
Yeah.
She had her armor, which had glowing runes on it.
Yeah, no, but they took that off of her. I'm talking about, does she have anything left on her when they walk her out?
No.
She's naked.
I mean, she has her clothes. The clothes she wears under her armor, but she had she also had the winter clothes of the man who fell out of the window. As you know, the immigration building wasn't being occupied, so everybody, the rooms weren't being warmed. Everybody there was, in full dress winter clothes.
Here would be the real question that we're trying to get the round to is, are her clothes unique enough for a locate object spell?
I'm
not sure. I know that's...
are you familiar with them?
Spell.
I mean, we would have seen her walking out. I just had to be within 30 feet of her in them.
And she was when she put her into the wall. Like, I mean, it's like, we saw her clothes, so it's like... But it's... I'm not sure how that spell fully functions, but we're trying to figure out if it's usable at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to read it real quick, just so I know before I give you guys an answer.
And for the thing, in the meantime, we're talking, but I'm also getting my short rest while we're doing it, so... A lot of this has gone on while whatever Carter and stuff was doing.
Yeah, all the time that they've been doing that, we've been chilling.
We've been whispering back and forth, so it's time has been passing.
I mean, you could do it on the sword, but the clothes aren't an object that's would be. They're not like the clothes aren't unique in any sort of sense.
I looked I mean, it's pointless to keep whispering at this point, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would look to Arabella and be like, can you track that amulet they took off her? It might not lead us directly to her, but her confiscated belongings would likely be kept in the same building.
Okay, one more thing, Brandon, before I answer his question. Where did the guy, because I missed it when I was taking notes, because you said it really fast, when he talked about her being in a dungeon somewhere.
The Conclave.
The Conclave. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I have that in my notes.
So either of us know where that is.
That would be a history check, DC 16.
Ooh, I'll try that.
I got it.
Oh, Zymor got it.
There is a museum on the other side of the world. On an island, or in a keep called Melina's Glaive. I'll spell it out. I have to look at the notes. Anyways, on that island, there's a museum called the Silver Conclave.
Okay, so they're talking long term. Like she's gonna rot in a cell for the rest of her life.
Yes, and the Silver Conclave, they are called the Silver Sigil.
Yeah. So
they don't call themselves that.
Our best bet is going to be.
I said they are called.
Yeah.
Our best bet would be what?
Our best bet would be either to try and track her belongings and locate where she's being held, or track something that was on one of them, but they might not necessarily stay once they have her imprisoned.
Do we have time to do anything else? Do you think
I don't know. Like, I mean, can you? The problem is I can't do anything for an hour, so like we can't just follow them.
Wait, how much time has passed with us sitting here with the people coming and like because the whole thing we were sitting down, we were resting the whole time she was sitting in the building.
Sitting, talking. So the whole time that fight with Hogan went down.
I mean, nobody's really bothering you guys. You could take you could short rest in this alleyway for an hour.
Yeah, my question is, how much longer is that? Because we have been resting the entire time that the whole fight went down. The 10 minutes she was in the
right
wall.
Now we're handling everything as it happens. So she was in the wall for
10 minutes,
about 10 minutes. Yeah, she peeked out, and then she made her display. That talk between her and Hogan took about another 10 minutes. And then they departed. We jumped to Carter departing. And then we jumped back to you guys. So this is immediately after they departed.
That's fine. I just wasn't sure how long it took them to talk.
So we're looking at an additional 40 minutes to finish the short rest. See, and that's the thing is we're going to have to find her after that because I can't do shit until then. So like we're resigned to that, so we might as well take the short rest and discuss options after that. My point is if we can find where they're holding her, I can make us both invisible and we can try and sneak in and break her out.
When she talked to me though, she said what did she say exactly? Find
who killed her friends.
Yeah, find who attacked her people.
So, do you think we should do that instead of finding her? That's what she wanted us to do.
That's what she wanted us to do, but that was before she got arrested. I mean...
Yeah, but she knew that they knew where she was before she threw the guy out the window. She knew that, and she still told me to find who attacked her people.
I feel like that was more of an immediate thing. Like, that's what she was trying to do, and she needed it done before she got discovered. My point is you know better than me what they're going to do to her. So if we do that, we're hoping that if we find out who attacked her friends, how does that help her? She's still going to be trapped.
Yes, but it may lead to the silver sigil and they may be guilty. And we may have people with us to help her.
It's your call. She's your friend.
Oh, God, no.
Like I says, we can try to do my plan, but like I says, it's risky, and if it doesn't go right, we're probably both gonna die or end up in prison for life.
Yeah, I don't want to go to prison. I don't like prison.
She's your friend. You tell me what she's worth. I think also, regardless of what we do, we're gonna have to deal with the situation of the and he just kind of like gestures in the direction that Hogan left in.
Arabelle is just going to say, I am so tired of people not taking a minute to figure out what's going on before they're like, oh, let me just tell on you.
I agree. Blindly following the flawed rules of a flawed system without understanding what's going on and who's in the right and wrong.
Somebody needs to break the wheel.
Exactly. That like literally that was part of my inspiration for his views, not gonna lie. But
Eve's going to chime in there and say, I think it's worth figuring out what the silver sigil wants from her.
That's the other option.
Arabella's gonna look at Eve and say, Eve, I need you to be honest with me. Where do you sit with the silver sigil? How dedicated are you to Lilfear?
She's gonna say they saved the lives of all those children and Sona. I'm indebted to them for a favor. And what besides, favor? if they did that, they can't be as bad as they say, or as bad as they appear.
What favor?
And she's gonna say, and they also have been keeping the things in that house contained.
And what favor, Eve?
Eve is going to shrug and say, "I don't know.
I'm gonna
I haven't
insight check
talked
that.
to." She's going to say, "I haven't talked to Lilfir since we left Somar Villa."
I'm gonna insight check that, and I'm gonna use my inspiration to make it a 16.
Okay. Oof. She is going to beat that check. And Arabella's going to get the strong sense that she hasn't talked to Lilfir since Somar Villa.
Arabella's gonna nod because she believes Eve that she hasn't seen Lilfir, but Eve just now has been real defensive of the Silver Sigil, and she's gonna say, "Maybe you should go find Carter. I think it would be best if we were all together. Well, at least the four of us."
Yeah, she's gonna look annoyed and say, "So what? You don't trust me?"
Arabella's gonna say, "I literally think it would be better if the four of us were together."
And she's gonna say, "Well then, why didn't we?"
If we didn't trust you, you wouldn't be the one being excluded from the four.
And she's gonna say, "Why didn't you? Why didn't you come out and call to them when they were in the alleyway?"
I didn't want to alert Hogan of our presence.
And Eve's going to say, and see, that's the difference. If you believe in something, you need to stand up for it. And she's going to say, "I'm not defensive of the Silver Sigil because I'm a part of them. They helped those children. It was a good thing to do."
Arabella's gonna look at Eve and say, "Eve, I went against everything that my goddess teaches to help those children in Sona."
And we were largely outnumbered, starting a confrontation where the only outcome is the rest of us getting taken in too would have helped nothing.
It makes more sense.
Hogan made it clear what side he chose.
It makes more sense for us to stay alive and figure out what's going on. If the Silver Sigil is innocent, then they're innocent, and I would like to prove that.
And she's
Well,
gonna...
if she was looking for information in there and got interrupted before she could find what she was looking for, if we're going to try and figure something out, then with that, like, I don't know what our lead is to even figure out who did this. Well, you know what I mean, who attacked the Kalkin. Like, we have no more information than we did yesterday.
Arabella's going to stop him for a second and say, "Did we get any information on how the goddess was attacked? Were her wounds similar to those of the Kalkin? Maybe there's a connection." Makana said anytime that Never mind. Arabella's going to stop at that. She's just not going to say anything else other than that.
I'm inciting why she stopped. Trying to figure out where she was going with that and, like, what she's trying to hide.
On that 18, I think... Let's see, she's not lying, so I think it's a 20 to get a sense of somebody. Let's see. I think they actually removed that part of it. Dexterity, insight. I'm going to
leave it up to me to tell him.
No. I'm gonna put that at a. I'm gonna put it at a medium because I mean it is a pretty. It is a pretty juicy situation you guys have been in, and Zymor has enough of a understanding of the area to kind of put one and one together. He would be able to pick up that Makana has a vendetta with the silver sigil.
Oh, well,
And-
yeah, that's not what Arabella was trying to get at, though. She was trying to get at that there could be ears around everywhere.
Well, like I said, she's your friend. What? I'll follow your lead. But either way, I'm gonna need 40 more minutes to get myself back up to snuff.
Wait, what spells did you use since we rested?
We rested, and then
You had the battle, but didn't you only use Eldritch Blast?
no, I don't remember when, but I remember I used Detect Thoughts at one point.
Yeah, but that was
somewhere.
before we rested.
No, I used it somewhere. Who did I use it on? Oh no! I know what it was. I used Hold Person on Eve.
That's
at
right.
the place, and then I used Vampiric Touch on one of the skeletons.
That's right. Okay.
I knew I used them. I wasn't going to cheat.
So we'll first sit here for another 40 minutes. Can we say 40 minutes has passed?
Yes, but we're gonna jump over to Hogan.
Woo, Hogan.
What is Hogan up to right now?
I've actually said I'm just gonna go back to the inn for now, and I'm actually gonna. That's something that needs to be handled in more detail later.
Okay.
We talked about before.
Okay, I can send you some messages about it. But you, walking to the inn, you would see, of course, you'd see the person leaving. As you got there, or actually, I guess you'd probably get there the same time as Carter would.
I mean, he wasn't hurrying, but.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys left. If you went with him, you left together. So
Yeah,
with as short as the exchange was, you'd probably be walking upstairs as she's like leaving the room.
Okay. He's just like, well, that's none of my business. But he's gonna. He's actually gonna head downstairs and order a large meal and a pint of some good ale because he's hungry.
All right.
Perfectly honest.
You are able to do so. It is on the aristocratic table
Okay.
for your expenses.
Alright. I've got
2 silver, and for an aristocratic meal, 2 gold. 2 silver, 2 gold.
Alright. Yeah, he'll pay that.
You and Carter are able to you and Carter are able to dine. Well, you're able to dine. Carter's able to drink and insult people.
Make him watch.
That's what I'm good at, drinking and insulting people.
But yeah, that's pretty much what he's up to.
Alright, so on the other side of the table, where are you guys searching for leads after you finish resting?
We would go. I would still recommend that we go see the goddess Umia.
All right. And I would detail that I can only make 2 people invisible at a time, regardless of how many spells I use, because it's concentration. So that either I could get us both in a rescue attempt if it came to that, or I could get myself in and then also get us both, me and Makana, out invisible.
Would you say that in a whisper or out loud?
That would have been telepathic while we're walking.
Arabella's just gonna say you never know who's watching and who can see what.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go see the goddess Umia.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you guys are able to head to the Temple of Umia. It is in its budded form today, as it looks like a crystalline teardrop. And I've explained the
Not to our party. We've never been there.
Oh, really? Okay. So the Temple of Umiya sits on the bay. The walls of the structure are made of an ice-like glass. It's crystalline in appearance, although they are opaque. You can't completely see through them. The whole structure looks like a large teardrop sitting on top of the bay, and it refracts and bends the light inside of it. Just looking in, there is a bridge that stretches across the shallow part of the bay to connect with it. As you get closer inside of the structure, there's on the outside, there are large steel beams that run, or metal beams that run through it, that are attached to metal rings that appear as if they rotate. The circular platforms each make up the next story of the building, all the way to the top of the teardrop. Walking inside of the building, you can see there is the entranceway. There's a long pathway of small ponds and statues next to them, with small alcoves for prayers. The main area of the chantry is a large theater, with a pool of water in the middle of where the pulpit would be. And standing inside this theater, you guys can see upwards to each floor of the chantry, as they are circular around each other. There are many different clergy are members of the Order of our Chantry of Unity here, moving in every which direction. Looking at the pool of water in the center of the chantry, there is an attendant next to it. The pool itself is undisturbed.
Arabella's gonna look at Zymor and say, should we just talk to somebody?
You're the one that knows these kind of things. Do I look like a cleric to you?
Yeah, well, some of us were not... This wasn't our first choice. Is there a particular person who looks more knowledgeable, Brandon?
The members of this chantry are denoted by their clothes. You can see everything from small or from positionless acolytes to sagites to sages, and even an ocular or two moving through this first floor.
Arabella is gonna seek out someone kind of like in the middle of the ranks.
Okay, I think that's either a sage or a Shia son, whatever it is. The attendant at the water. I'm looking up the structure of this religion.
You're fine.
The attendant at the water would be a sage.
That's where Arabella would probably go.
Okay. The woman's going to be waiting there and say, "Are you seeking aid? You should seek one of the sages who are able to help you. I attend to the goddess's pond."
Arabella will shake her head and say, "I'm really just seeking information."
And she's going to gesture towards the alcove with the statues and say, Well, one of the Sagites can lead you to the library.
Will the library already have information on what occurred on the night of the guiding star?
The woman's going to swallow a lump and say, no, it just appeared. We are uncertain.
I have heard rumors.
And she's going to say that that Umiya was attacked.
Yes, ma'am.
She's gonna nod and say rumors.
Can I insight that?
You can.
Yeah, that's a 10. So, unless she rolls really bad.
I mean, she's not necessarily lying to you. She's not disclosing everything she knows. I'm looking at this chart again, just to see what you can discern from her. So yeah, on a 10, you would look to her and, judging from just how she's standing here being made to wait, you would you'd be able to assume this person probably isn't in the know-how.
Arabella will just nod and just say, who should I seek out for more information?
She says you can return to the chantry at the start of first day. Every first day the goddess preaches.
Arabella nods and just says, it's kind of time sensitive.
Brandon?
Yes.
I'm not sure how, like, warlock pacts work. Is it possible for me to pray to my benefactor, sort of, basically?
You can.
Alright, I would tap Arabella on the shoulder and say, I'll be outside if you need me. Just outside. And he's gonna go outside and just sit down cross-legged on the steps and concentrate really hard. And he would basically... I'll whisper you what he's gonna ask. Just because reasons. You guys can continue, I'll whisper it.
But you ask her who can help you?
Yeah.
She's gonna say, well, the Oculars have more authority than any of the sages. We were just... we simply tend to the temple and the needs of the people.
Arabella will nod and turn to seek out an ocular. Well, she'll thank her for her time.
Okay.
And then she will turn to find...
You are going to be able to have one of the Sagites on the first floor lead you to the second floor, where you would be able to, where they would lead you to a male ocular in the library. He's currently writing a transferring the information of a scroll into a journal. And
I wasn't supposed to be the one doing the talking.
I'm doing talking on my own. Leave me alone.
We had an understanding.
I might be doing just what you're doing, just a different way.
Arabella is gonna... I guess, get his attention. Just like, excuse me. I was hoping somebody could help me.
Yeah, he's going to put down his pen, or rather his quill, and just exhale and turn around. The attending sage is going to bow and leave, and he's going to say, "Yes, how can I help you?"
I heard there was a rumor about Umiya, the Night of the Guiding Star. I do not want to cause any discord. I was just hoping to know what happened.
He's going to stand up from his chair, or from his table, and say, "And you're from the Chantry of Discipline. Just checking in on your brethren believers."
Absolutely. I really am genuinely concerned about what happened.
He's going to step forward, just placing his hands behind his back, and say, "You should know then, the Chantry of Unity is strong. Stronger than it's ever been. Should the word for wrath be given out, I have no doubt that the magnate would rally his men behind the goddess, who always tends to her people, who's here every week." And he's gonna just calm down a little bit, and then say, "You know, on the night of the Guiding Star, everything was fine. They're simply rumors you're hearing."
Okay, Brandon, so let me ask you a Brandon question to look at my notes. So are the Heart of Embers, are they setting people from this discipline on fire?
Yes, they have been attacking the Chantry of Unity in other cities. However, they haven't attacked the actual building of the Chantry, because you don't attack a goddess's home.
Well, somebody attacked her.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah. They've been getting hit the hardest by these zealots outside of the capital.
I sent that whisper on Roll20, by the way, Brandon.
Okay.
Arabella will just say, "I know the Chantry of Unity has been going through a lot with zealots from other religions, other beliefs going against the word." What am I trying to say? The zealots, like those of the Heart of Ember, doing things they shouldn't be doing. I was just hoping that they did not cause or aid in something to happen to the goddess Umiya.
The man's going to scoff and say, "Hardly. They couldn't hurt her if they wanted to."
And I know that in my travels to the city, I came across an incident where individuals had been torn to pieces. And I just wanted to ensure that that also had not happened to the goddess.
He's going to shake his head and say, "Look, if you're so concerned about it, and it's going to quell your fire, the goddess emerged on the day of the 33rd from her pond, and she clutched her side and she commanded to speak with the Eye of the Chantry. No one knows anything except that she's alright, and she's been staying inside the Chantry rather than her domain."
Arabella will nod. Go ahead.
He's going to say the services will still go on the first day. She will still preach, and she will still honor the wake of Earth.
Arabella will nod. And just say, "I appreciate your time, sir. I'll let you get back to your work."
He's gonna nod and say, "Wait, before you go, tell me of the dealings of the Chantry of Discipline."
The dealings?
And he's gonna say those zealots. The goddess is coming back personally to handle them, is she not?
Does Arabella know that, Brandon?
I don't think Arabella's talked to anybody from her religion.
Arabella's just gonna say, I have not heard. I have not seen Soyes's face in quite some time.
He's going to nod and say, "She doesn't honor the wakes. It takes a divine act of providence to cause her to give up her campaign in Galkin to return back to Cedal." And he's going to just put his hand on Arabella's shoulder and say, "Well, whenever her wrath subsides, I hope your chantry still stands."
If she's here, she'll still need somebody to worship her.
He's gonna laugh and say, "The Four don't need us. They choose to share their wisdom with us."
Arabella's just gonna smile and nod absentmindedly.
Alright. Yeah, he's gonna just say, "May the light of the Four, or may the Four light your path," and go back to his transferring of notes.
Arabella is pissed!
Mm.
Can't get a prayer answered, but the bitch is gonna come to town.
She got things to do.
Speaking of prayers answered,
Nice segue.
It was a great segue. What are you talking about? That was an amazing one.
occasionally I hit gold. Occasionally,
I was
That was
being
the
serious.
occasion.
I wasn't being facetious.
I thought you were being a smart ass. That
So
was a
see-
great segue.
So, see, my method is throw enough shit at the wall and eventually some of it'll stick.
Mine's throwing it at the fan and just hoping it splatters on something.
Anyway,
Zymor. Yeah, you are Zymor. That's your character.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good job, you got it right and then second guessed yourself.
Yeah.
To be fair, he's got 3 of me to remember now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea if this will actually even work or be helpful, but at this point, he doesn't have like any other ideas.
Yeah, he's going to start singing. He feels melodic. Particularly the verse that comes to his head. And I may refine this later so it actually fits in like the couplets of the song. Particularly the verse that comes to his head. Lo the days of life
Slow down. Alright. Lo the days of life.
He could probably send that to you, bro.
lol.
That would work too.
Yeah, but I'm saying it so it's on stream. Now in yen to bind our coal. Give it thee who ye spare. Under Haldora's equal care.
Alright, you're gonna have to send that to me. There's too many words I don't know how to spell.
I'm the same way with like everything he tells me.
That's
As
just random.
soon as he tells me a name, like, can you spell that?
Okay. I will send you that. Let me type it up because it's on my phone, and then I'll read it on stream.
Didn't you just read it on?
You just read it on stream.
No, there's 2 more verses of it.
Oh.
Oh god, he put out a whole song.
Well, hey, if I need enough information,
It's a goddamn haiku.
and it's what the hell is with all sorts of deities and benefactors? It's like, you know what? We're gonna speak in code.
Okay,
You
wait.
figure it
While
out.
this is all going on, quick question: is the Heart of Embers one person or a whole group?
It's a whole group of zealots inside the Heart of Discipline. I mean,
So like
inside the Chamber of
it's
Discipline.
Awesome.
like it's like, think of it like there you have like, now I lost the thought. I had a perfect like example and now I can't remember what I was gonna say.
Because the only reason I asked is this whole time until you started talking about this person, and I kind of toned in and out because I was doing something else at the second, was the fact that it sounded like it was more than one person. So I've been going off the assumption it's one person this whole time.
Yeah, no. Think of it like the Muslim religion. 99% of them are fine, but then you get the ones that like to blow themselves up.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. I now know the questions I need to ask to certain people. Got it.
Yeah.
Because I was going to be like, who's this certain person? And they're like,
Arabella has a lead to the guy who's in charge of them.
trust me, I could probably figure out his name.
I have his
if
name.
I'm lucky. I could probably find out his name, his location, who he had sex with last night, where his last meal was.
I have his name and his other name.
And his address and his measurements.
I could get that. All his measurements. Give me a
All of
night
his
and some
all
vodka
of it?
tonic, I could figure everything out for you.
All of his measurements, like all of them.
Exactly.
With a
Like even
chart
the
for
good
the
ones?
temperature of the room.
I'll bring it back marked on a tape measure. It'll be 2 marks, one for mine, one for his. You have to guess which one is which.
There is the verse, Lo the days of life lol, now in yen to bind our coal, give at thee who ye spare, under Haldora's equal care. This verse serves to blind you all, under death's eyes grows the Dorai's gall. Whew.
That's a lot.
Yes, there have been 2 followers of the Forgotten
Who's
Song,
Haldora?
and it is growing slowly.
Oh,
Is
wow.
Haldora
Who
something I
Haldora?
would know?
No, you wouldn't, because this religion was purged off the face of the planet. You could history check DC difficult. Our DC
Which is
hard
what, 30?
20.
Oh, 20.
Everybody cross your fingers, man. Cross your fingers, man. Fuck my life.
Do you have inspiration still?
No, I used it last session.
Yeah,
I didn't get one.
you start singing to yourself, and then you're just like, wait, what? How did I know that?
Oh, I know why I know it. I just don't know what the hell it fucking means. What's Enyon? I don't know what half of these words are.
For what it's worth, there is a, and this is for anybody watching, there is a wiki article on the Forgotten Song for all of the collected verses so far.
But see, this is... Do I get the feeling that this is actually like given to me to actually try and help me with what I was asking for help with? Or I have no idea why I'm singing?
You asked for help, and then you started singing.
What the hell does Enyon mean?
And this is why I was purged off the earth.
Yeah, people are like, fuck riddles. We hate riddles.
I also did not tell you to serve this person either.
You kind of did, because I had a different pact in mind. Like, oh no, I already put one that was in the world. And I was like, alright, fine. That was you, man. I had a completely different one.
What happened? I just
Nothing. We're just messing.
We're talking about how Brandon NPC'd my pack for me. I have no idea what that fucking means. I guess I'll wait for Arabella to come out, and I'll actually like sing it to her and be like, does that mean anything to you?
Hey! Actually, go ahead and roll me a history check.
Me?
Or no, go ahead and roll me a flat intelligence check.
Me?
Yes.
16.
16? Arabella's heard half of that before. Akthau sung it when you guys were fighting in the ocular, the Oculus of Shadows.
Do I remember what that means though? Like,
you know Akthau sung a lot more.
Arabella's gonna say there's a lot more to that if I remember correctly.
Yeah, well, I asked for help in our current situation with Makana, and that's what I was given back as a response.
We can always find out. He's probably in the city still.
Yeah, somehow these verses relate to our problem. I don't know how. Fucking riddles, man.
Arabella's gonna say, well, I found out that the goddess Umia did come out of her pool clutching her side and has not been back to her domain and is instead staying in the Chantry.
Something scary is there. One problem at a time, please.
I also learned that Soyesa is personally come to Arter Sarai, right? Did I say that right, Brendan?
Yes.
To handle the Heart of Embers personally.
Well, that'll be nice.
Have you met Soyesa?
No, but I mean, they kind of deserve whatever they get, right?
Did you hear the squeakiness in my voice just now?
Alright, so you're saying we should not be in town whenever that happens?
No, I just am saying that I don't. It takes literally an act of God to get her here.
It takes literally an act of her to get her here.
Yeah. No, I mean, it literally isn't. Like,
see, this is why I don't worship traditional deities. It's just too complicated, and then like he thinks to himself, and he's like, "Never mind, scratch that."
Yeah, Arabella was gonna say, "Okay," because that song is so easy to understand.
Anyway, let's look for who. What's this person's name that maybe he'll be able to help? A-C-A-K.
Brandon?
Akthau? A-C-K-T-H-O-U.
See, who the hell spells names that way? Like, this is why I have to have him spell things for me.
Yeah.
That was not even him. That was Shaq.
Yeah, Eve's going to cheer at the thought of finding Aki.
Yay, Aki!
But she's also going to say, do we really have time to search for him? We're on a timer here.
Well, we don't have any leads of our own. I mean, unless you know where we need to go and what we need to do.
Well, he does. He's a DM.
I'm gonna roll her a intelligence save 14. What's she got for intelligence? Tell me you got something in there. A2! There she goes, she's smart. Eve's going to say, that pretty lady had a way of signaling them. Perhaps we can draw her out of her spot. And
Is she
then
in Lilfear?
No, she's talking about the lady in the chimney at the Kelkin house.
Maybe we should go back to the Calkin house and set the freaking fireplace on fire.
Yeah, and I could probably identify whatever she used to make that because #alchemist.
Eve's going to shake her hands and say, no, let's not summon the silver sigil. Let's get the woman who knows how to talk to them.
Okay, Eve, lead the way.
Again, where, how, when?
Why?
Not why, where, why? All the adjectives in the world.
Yeah.
Those are questions, not adjectives.
Shut up.
Buffalo.
Don't make fun of my illiteracy.
No,
she's gonna
I'm
say,
much lower.
if we do this though, we're gonna need a hand in capturing that woman. She seemed to know what she was doing.
Why would we want to capture her? Can we not just ask her questions?
Eve's gonna say, and that worked out so well last time.
Yeah, well, pain's a good motivator to get straight answers.
And Eve's gonna raise her hand and say, I know people who are great at dealing pain.
Oh,
Like who?
like he just kind of like looks at her and is like, "Trust me, I know how to do it."
Arabella's gonna ask Eve, who knows how to deal pain, Eve?
And she's gonna say, well, I just met this short dwarf dude, or dwarven guy, who beat me senseless with his maul.
Maul.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Carter.
And she's gonna snap and say, now you're getting it.
Well, again,
And he knows this other guy who smited 2 ghosts off the out of existence.
You mean the guy that's already turned us into Arabella's gonna air quote authorities twice in 2 days.
And he's made it clear that he's not on our side and that he's going to throw a wrench into everything every chance he gets. And someone who's going to have to be dealt with sooner or later. He kind of trails off like, ominously at that.
Arabella's gonna say, I don't think that that's exactly what we should have in mind, is dealing, air quotes again, with people. Maybe he's not the right one for this mission.
Eve's gonna say, did you see how he grappled Makana?
And Arabella's gonna say, yeah, that's why Makana's gone. If
he helped get her taken into captivity. How well do you... And was turned us in on a dime. How well motivated do you think he's going to be to rescuing her from the people he helped hand her over to?
Eve's going to say, well, we don't have her side of the story and we don't have their side of the story. We don't have any side of the story.
My point exactly, and yet blindly, without any answers at all, he handed her over. Not someone I'm trying to be trusted with this mission.
And Eve's going to say, and you fled from them before we could get any answers. They're friendly. They like us.
Arabella is going to look over at Zymor. And
He's going to look over at her. Exactly. Same look.
Like, Arabella, the look on Arabella's face is just
She ain't hiding shit.
Zymore's gonna like lean in and like look into Eve's eyes and like make sure she's not concussed.
Eve's gonna say, or is gonna look at Arabella and just kind of point her finger like accusatory and say, "Do you not remember how much Lilfear helped us in Somar Villa?" And this is going to be a question that I think Eve would earnestly ask and say, did I tell you the time they saved me from when I was about to get my soul ripped out?
Arabella's gonna say, I don't remember them helping us ever, Eve. They may have helped you.
Eve's going to say, if Lilfear had never shared what she'd known about Lady Nakart with us, we would have never befriended her, and we would have never got led on to Tyrant Robert's trail, or Sona's.
We didn't really befriend her. She's not really our friend.
Eve's just gonna go, you got a loose definition of friends.
No, I think you have a loose definition of
Oh,
friends.
I'm sorry, you have too tight of a definition of friends.
Arabella's gonna shake her head. Still. Like, Eve's lost her mind. Eve is just freaking crazy.
But if
Arabella's gonna tell Eve, Arabella's gonna say to Eve, we know that they don't get along with each other. We know that their relations are not one of content. I mean, they're not one of... That's not what I was trying to say. They are not friends, Eve. They have, since we have known about their existences, they've done nothing but try to harm one another.
Do you really think by walking in and saying, hey, please give our friend back, that's gonna help?
Eve's gonna say yes.
Arabella's
gonna look at Arabella and check your shit.
Wait, what? What did Zamor just do?
He looked at you and checked your whispers.
Oh. Arabella is just going to look at Eve and say, Eve, if you trust them that much, you go ahead and do... You see if you can get Makana back just by asking. I'm more than happy for you to try.
Eve's going to just throw up her hands and say, alright, I will.
Just try not to die in the process. I do like you a little bit.
She's gonna head and meet up with the rest of the party. You guys want to end there for the night? I feel like that's a pretty decent spot.
Yeah, that's fine. I feel like we're trapped in the middle of nowhere with nothing to do. And everything to do at the same time.
Yeah. Man, this is going to be hard because at this point, Zymor has zero trust. Put it to you this way. Not only does he not trust Hogan, he completely distrusts Hogan at this point.
I'm going to say this much. If you got something to say to Hogan, I think you ought to get it out of this session.
Wait, what?
I'm going to say if you got something you need to say to Hogan, I figure you need to go ahead and get it out this session.
I mean, I can't really. He's not there. But I'm just saying, like... I'm not saying that we won't have the discussion. I'm just saying that...
I'm saying if there's a discussion to be had, it needs to be had this session.
Why? I mean, that would have to mean that we're just going to teleport them together? Like, I'm confused how that's going to work.
I'm just letting you know. That it's probably best to go ahead and get that out now.
I'm so confused with
That-
it, and I don't know if it's
it
your
sounds-
robot voice. You just sound very angry.
He sounds angry, and it sounds really ominous. And I'm trying to.
Well, I
figure
mean,
out...
you guys are.
I'm just saying there's a lot been said behind his back, but nobody's got the wherewithal to come up to him and speak to his face about it. But maybe that's just how that group operates.
I mean, yeah.
No,
I mean,
that's not it. That's
let's not get it wrong. Like me, Eric, I have no problem with Hogan, and I honestly think it adds a fun element to this. But that is how Zymor is. He doesn't trust people, so like that's just how he is. And if that ends up offending Hogan when he finds out, that's fine. But I want to get it straight right now that I, Eric, have no problem with Hogan. I have no problem with you. So let's not get that confused.
This is not a personal thing. I'm just feeling like I go ahead and, while that's fresh, go ahead and have it, because that's always a better encounter than, I don't know. I was just letting y'all know.
I understand what you're saying, but I mean, if you guys want to heed Eve's advice, the party can reconvene and learn what they know, because both sides of the party just had a pretty major encounter. But I mean, we could go to 11.
They had a major encounter. I don't even know Makana.
Arabella would. I mean, if Eve.
Oh, you didn't. You have no idea who you met with.
No, I don't know this person.
Yeah.
That's why, like, y'all are talking. That's why when y'all are talking about going saving her, and then Eve even mentioned we have someone that Carter that can do it. I'm just saying, Carter might not do it. He doesn't know this person.
I mean, I feel like. Okay, I can tell you, Arabella's distrust of Hogan comes from her distrust of Torque.
Which
Carter just doesn't trust anybody. I mean, he's just.
I mean that. Yeah, I'm just trying to rationalize why she feels that way. Is because Torque did the exact same thing, and right before Torque left, they came to blows, and she doesn't want the same thing to happen with Hogan. She doesn't understand why he's doing what he's doing.
And that's basically where Zymor's at. He doesn't know how to talk about it because he doesn't understand the blind faith of a lawful good person. So he doesn't know how to engage that conversation, which is the only reason he hasn't said anything directly.
I mean, I'm more than willing to walk back to the thing with Eve.
Me too. I mean, if he wants to do that discussion...
If you want to do the discussion now, we can do it now.
If that would make you feel better, we can.
I'm just... Don't worry. I mean, don't even worry about it. It's good.
No, I mean, I'm more than happy to go talk to Hogan. I just wanted you to know Arabella's rationale.
I understand we've probably shouldn't even have had that discussion on recording. I mean, the offer's open. I'm just saying
I'm more than willing to do it. I'm more than willing to do it. Let's walk back with Eve to the Lucky Lass.
Let's do it and get it all out now, so we don't have to worry about it coming back later.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, Wesley, because it's a very different thing to walk into a tense roleplay and leave it halfway through and then come back 2 weeks later and have the same outlook or feelings on it. But yeah, with that, Eve's storming off back towards the tavern, where I imagine Carter and Hogan have been drinking for some time.
We should probably roll to see if Carter's drunk or not. I don't know.
Don't you have resistance against poisons?
I have resistance against poison, and I have advantage on. I think I have advantage on.
Roll me a Constitution save with advantage. Ain't no piss water taking Carter out.
19. Oh no, that's
27.
18. Oh, with advantage, that's a nat 20.
Wait, what's that? What's that 18? Why is it grayed out?
It's because you said to roll it with advantage. So
okay.
With advantage.
Well, no, I was just wondering why it graded out on my screen. One's grayed and one's green.
It's because I have advantage. I have it on advantage toggle instead of a quarry, so it rolls both, but it grays out the non-advantage.
Okay, cool. Yeah, but both Hogan and Carter are going to be going strong. I imagine Hogan's still just like eating his food, like drinking this gallon of ale, and Carter is just like angrily still drinking. It's like
Sipping this fancy piss water. is
Are they
what
sitting at the
call
same
it.
table?
I think that was the agreement that Hogan was going to make Carter watch him eat.
I thought Carter was just sitting there like, well, back in my day.
Back in my day, we made ale that actually got you drunk. Fucking not this
That's
piss
wine.
water.
But Eve's gonna storm into the brothel and move past the gambling tables to where Carter and Hogan are drinking, and probably not far behind is going to be Arabella and Zymor, and she's gonna walk up to the table and say, "Look, I'm going after that woman who held the sword at us, and I need you guys to grab her for me."
Which woman?
She's gonna say the one from the house who called the silver sigil on us.
Why?
Arabella's gonna say, Eve, Hogan wasn't there. He was getting the police.
And she's gonna say, "Oh, because we need to find where to find them so we can talk to them."
Find who?
And she's gonna say, "The silver sigil."
The guys who locked you down in the basement, Carter.
Ah, why would I want to find them? I don't want to
Cult.
deal with them.
More cults.
Yeah, I know who she's talking about, Hogan. I don't want to deal with them. Fucking locked me in a basement.
Back in my day, we didn't have so many cults.
Exactly.
Hey, they're
You're
only
not as old as you look.
what's her name? Eve. There we go. It's gonna say, they're not a cult. At least I don't think so.
Well, that sounds suspiciously suspect to me.
Why are we?
Arabella's
trying to
gonna say, Hogan, if you think they're a cult, why did you give Makana to them?
Why did you do what now?
If you think that the Silver Sigil is a cult, why did you give Makana to them?
Those people were members of that chantry, were they not?
No, those people were the members of the Silver Sigil.
Why did I give them to her?
They're not members of the proper guard. They're members of the Silver Sigil. They're not from the city guard.
Eve's gonna say they were in city guard uniforms.
Were they?
They were. They were dressed in the. You recognize the face of Shosenis and the face of Daffin.
But they were in city guard
Yes.
attire.
Yeah.
Arabella's just gonna say they were the same people that locked us in that basement. That they're the exact same people that were after us then.
And Eve's gonna say they weren't after us.
They were in city guard regalia. So, you explain to me then.
You gave
Well,
Makana to people that were impersonating city guards and were members of what you have said is a cult.
What's
And
your
that-
proof?
They were wearing the colors of the Silver Sigil when we saw them in the Calkins house.
Only two
They
of
were
them.
not. They were not in the guard uniform then.
How do you know that you saying none of them were members of the city guard?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that they are also members of what you say is a cult, and people who are at odds with Makana and could possibly cause her harm and she not get a fair trial.
And
Well, I'm sorry, I don't have much sympathy for murderers. I don't. I know that I helped capture a murder, which you two hid in a wall. I gave them to the guard. I don't have much, after what happens to her after that is none of my affair. She made her choices, and now she's going to pay. Now she's going to pay the price.
And I understand how you feel, but I would want her to get a fair trial. That's
What assurances do you have that she won't have a fair trial?
The fact that the Silver Sigil were infiltrating the city guard and were with the people that took her away, does that not strike you? You yourself saw them as Silver Sigil members.
I saw men in city guard uniforms.
No, I'm talking about the day at the Calkin House. At the Calkin House, we saw at least 2 of them in Silver Sigil attire. And then
Arabella's just gonna hold her hand up to Zymor and just say he's never. Hogan, have you ever met anybody from the Silver Sigil before? Before yesterday?
I know.
Oh,
that the
wait.
Silver Sigil.
Hogan is from Red Axe, right?
Correct.
At the Darnthel Monastery in Red Axe, they are all over the place. Not a member of the Silver Sigil, but people dressed in the colors that the people who saved them were.
Okay, what reputation do they carry in that community?
They are advisors to the leaders of the region.
So they have an upstanding kind of reputation in that community, then?
Not necessarily upstanding, but they are bureaucrats.
So they're
bureaucrats are never upstanding.
Never trust a lawyer.
Always trust a lawyer. What are you talking about?
But they are officials.
Yes, it's nothing to see. What's her face? What is her face? What is her face? What is her face? It's stupid leader. No.
Oh.
And this is flavor of the world that's on the wiki. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, in any case, he's going to say, yes, where I come from, those people are, well, they're members of the government officials.
Arabella will nod and say, then you have not had the same experience as me, and it's not fair for me to expect you to understand what I've seen.
I understand that this snooping around that you people seem to be, so fond of has gotten people killed. Good people killed. And you tried to protect a murderer. That's what I see. For what? Why are you sneaking around like a bunch of thieves?
I haven't snuck anywhere.
You've been sneaking, asking questions, whispering under your breath. You think I don't notice? I told you. I warned you that if I didn't like what was going on, I would act how I felt appropriately. And I'm no liar.
I would like for you to tell me how I've snuck around. I've asked questions, yes, but I've asked them out and in the open.
You've been tailing this woman, this whomever, who was sneaking around and murdered a man. You've been tailing her around like... I've never seen such goings on.
I was concerned for her because while you were getting the city guard, I was speaking to her dead friend, and they said that the person that killed them was after her. I was concerned for her welfare.
You remember the Chantry of Discipline engaging in necromancy.
I was trying to find answers.
Yeah, what was up with that stone as well? That you were so fond of?
That stone was not mine. So
that was Eve's stone, and Eve was the one who was fond of that stone. We were trying to get it away from her.
Arabella was trying to take the stone to the Chantry of Discipline to have it dispelled, just like she did the previous one. Or the last scroll of Animate Dead, or whatever she did. The last piece of necromancy she came in contact with.
Why did you wait so long?
Wait so long for what?
How long did you know the stone was there?
How long? I didn't know Eve had the stone until the skeletons popped out of it the day we were fighting them. And I took the stone away for her with the intention of taking it to the chantry the next morning. And by the time we got there, skeletons popped out because Eve had taken it back.
What do you have to say?
My biggest problem is that you so blindly follow what you believe to be the right thing without even looking for answers first. You might look down on what you call snooping or sneaking or whatever, but at least we're trying to understand the problem before we just jump in and start taking random action when we have no idea the motives or the allegiances of the people that we're handing over prisoners to. You just so in an instant knew exactly what was going on and exactly who was in the right without asking any questions. That is blind faith, and that is dangerous. More dangerous than sneaking around.
Except I'm not the one that's gotten people killed.
I beg to differ. You probably got Makana killed.
I got a murderer killed.
Again, how do we know the person she killed wasn't in self-defense? How do what do we? Why you have no answer?
Where she wasn't, because she was not where she was supposed to be.
And you don't understand the motives of what's going on.
Irrelevant.
Have you not irrelevant? Have you not seen the corruption going on in the governments and the corruptions going on in the chantries? And yet the ones that you so adamantly defend have done horrible things. Is it not possible that Makana was trying to uncover? Is it not? I'm defending the person who is trying to find out why her entire group of friends was killed in their house.
Because they're Kelkin. That's why they were killed. You want to
Can
talk
I have an inside chat on that?
You can.
I would like to as well.
You also can.
I have a 22. I just want to see, like, I'm going to specifically tell you what I'm looking for, Brandon. I'm looking to see, I want to see, Hogan said that, like, they were Calkin as if he specifically had a distrust and a dislike of Calkin.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm going to insight check it first. He doesn't know she's insight checking him.
I haven't told Brandon anything about that.
Yeah, well, on that insight check, and this is DC 10. The Kalkin are universally disliked, like, across Cedal. They are not on anybody's high reputation list. They are the type of people who kick in doors, drag children away from their parents, kill them indiscriminately, all for the greater good. They are as merciless as Hogan is in distributing justice where they see fit. Some people appreciate it, most people despise them for it.
He's gonna continue up this saying, you accuse me of indiscrimination, of meting out my beliefs indiscriminately. You defend those people? Someone one of you from a discipline who is actively murdering members of other faiths. I don't want to hear it.
Arabella's gonna raise her hand and say, now, Arabella's gonna stop Zymor and she's gonna look at Hogan and she's just gonna say, Hogan, I am simply asking you to take a moment with us to see if justice was sought out, if the law was followed. Yes, you may not agree with Makana. I don't agree with everything that the cow can do. I am just saying that she deserves the right to a fair trial.
He's going to get from here that you believed her enough to hide her from the law.
Yeah,
so don't pretend.
You encroach on your own so-called beliefs. You go and say, a murderer and blah, 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 and talk about putting her to justice, yet you're supporting the slaughter of an entire group of people. No matter what they may have done wrong, they all deserved a fair trial as well, and yet you're backing the indiscriminate slaughter in their own home.
I'm stating fact.
Is that an act of good? Is that an act of good?
I'm stating fact, sir. I'm saying that the Kalkin Excuse me. I'm saying that that was going to happen sooner or later. I did not comment on whether it was right or whether it was wrong. If I had any evidence as to who perpetrated the crime, I would pursue them with the same vigor with the same vigor as I do anyone else, as I have my entire life. But the acts of heinous acts that those people have perpetrated, it was only a matter of time before they were slaughtered. If they were dealt the same hand that they had been dealing. So don't talk to me about morals when you're defending people like that.
There's so much hypocrisy in everything you say. I don't know how anyone can state so many conflicting ideas and yet claim to be sound.
I'm not the one hiding from the law.
Message if you will read it. I was telling Brandon that I sent him a Facebook message.
Okay.
Let me put it this way. Maybe this will be easier. If I have a choice between upholding law and order, or I have a choice to evade the law, I'm going to give you two guesses as to which one I'm going to pick. I serve order, I serve the law. Now, I know, and you've already given yourself away. You don't. Because you try to avoid it at every turn. You whisper and you plot in your schemes.
There is a difference. This is the difference between you and me. I support what is right. You support the law. The law can be unright and unjust. You blindly follow laws made by corrupt officials that put cancer into the city. I seek to find the true answers and do the right thing once I have those answers instead of blindly following the beliefs of someone else.
I serve the ideal.
And Arabella's gonna stop and say, Hogan, I'm asking you to show me the way. I'm not throwing shame. I'm not throwing shade. I'm not being hateful. I am honestly asking you that if you think that this is the best way for you to follow through with what you say is the best way and show me that it's happening. If that is honestly happening, I will wash my hands of it.
You say corrupt. Where's your evidence?
I did not say corrupt.
He looked at her for a minute, then he turned back to him. So you said corruption. Or you both insinuate the presence of corruption, but you have no proof.
No, I am asking you to prove honesty. I'm not saying that I'm not sure that the corruption is there. But I'm asking, I know that in my personal experience, I have had bad experiences with the Silver Sigil. I am asking you to show me that my fears and my doubts are unnecessary.
It's not my responsibility. My responsibility is to uphold the law.
And I'm asking you to ensure for me that the law is being upheld.
I don't have any evidence that it won't.
But you don't
As
have
you
any
guys
that it
are
will.
there talking,
Eve
is going to interject and rubbing her arm. She's going to say, "I don't think it's as easy on any side," and she's going to speak up and say, "When we were back in Somar Villa, Lilfear asked me to assist her with something. I declined, but later that day I found that something was the carriages that she and her friends bombed. But on the same note, I've also seen Makana take captives, and I saw her fight in the Oculus of Shadows, but I didn't know she was capable of killing a man in cold blood like that in the alley."
You want justice? If that's what you're after.
Eve's gonna nod and say, "I just want answers."
I would just like to point out that you ask us to provide what you will not provide yourself. You demand that we have proof of corruption, but then when we ask you for proof that there's justice, you say it's not your responsibility.
Eve's gonna say, "Let's go grab
that
it."
of you. Look,
I'm willing to see
want
the answers. You seem to not be. You want to look a blind eye and assume everything's right.
you want justice? If you're worried about the silver sigil and you're worried about the Calkin, you want justice? If we're lucky, then they'll kill each other off, and we won't have to worry about them anymore.
I don't think people should die.
And how many innocent people will be caught in the crossfire of that when we had a chance to do something? You'll just turn your blind eye to that as well. Your blind eye to everything.
And
just assume the system works. We have a chance to find out what is going on between the Calkin and the Silver Sigil and make sure that the right thing is done and that justice is dished out. You would rather turn a blind eye and assume that people that sneak and impersonate other officials, which you have already condemned those actions, but yet you're going to support that they're going to do justice. We don't know what they're going to do.
Let me ask you this. Let's assume what you say is true, and this woman does die at their hands. She killed one of theirs, didn't she?
According to her, he was alive when he hit the ground.
Oh, everyone's alive before they hit the ground.
You support the law.
I support justice. I serve the ideal of justice.
You said you support the law. Earlier you said I enforce and support the laws.
You assume when I say the law that I mean... When I say the law, I mean the law. Not the bureaucracy. I serve justice.
And it's justice to kill someone. You support justice. How is it just for two groups of people to just slaughter each other while people are caught in the crossfire? Tell me how that is just. A God that says that is just is not a God. That is just wrong.
I said it would be fortunate if they killed each other off.
Yeah, which means you're hoping for that.
However, we both know that's not going to happen.
And we both know that it wouldn't be justice, but you would say it is.
So Hogan, what would you have us do?
I would have you I think. You want to know what I really think? What good is this woman to us anyway? We have bigger problems to tend to. Like your order.
Excuse me. The Heart of Embers is not my order.
The Heart of Orber is an offset of the Chantry of Discipline. Everybody knows it.
Yes, they are from the Chantry of Discipline, but there are zealots in all religions.
Then what? But are you not a member of the Chantry of Discipline?
It's complicated, Hogan.
Are you, or
not
are you not?
Everything is in black and white.
You refuse to acknowledge you're a member of the Chantry of Discipline.
That's not what I said. I just said not everything is black and white.
Do you subscribe to their tenets, or do you not? It's a simple question. Stop hiding behind words.
I'm not hiding behind anything, Hogan. It's the truth.
It's a truth that is complicated, yes, but it's not a hard question to answer.
Yes, I am a member of the Chantry of Discipline.
Then they're your responsibility.
And I have been looking for an answer to fix them.
You've been looking for a woman, a member of the Calkin. What does she have to do with the Heart of Embers?
Let me put it to you like this, Hogan.
Hey guys, we are getting ready to end for the night.
Can I just get this one thing out first?
In the middle of this conversation, you can. All eyes in the room turn towards two people who just stepped inside. There is a woman wearing a slave collar, and she is being led by another male. She captures the attention of the room almost
Lilfear, isn't it?
Immediately as she steps in. They begin talking to Tayek.
Is it Lilfear?
You do recognize her as Lilfear.
I look at Hogan and I say, let me put it to you like this. Makana is her friend. Now, if you had a friend that you had come to trust and then learned that perhaps they were mixed up in unfortunate dealings, would you not want to give them the chance to explain before just simply putting them to death? That's all we want, is to hear her side and make sure that the appropriate justice is being dealt. If you had a friend that you trusted, that you heard such things, would you blindly kill your friend, or would you not want to hear their side? That's the truth. That's the simple truth of what this really comes down to when you really look at it.
The simple truth is that you need this woman for something, and you're wanting to forestall the judgment until you get what you want out of her. That's the truth of the matter.
Still, as you guys are talking, Tayek points in your direction, and Lilfir notices you guys and smiles and begins walking towards you.
Who's the one in the slave collar right now?
That's Lilfir. She's. Did
I-
Carter ask that?
Yeah, Carter's asking that.
Carter says that Arabella's gonna say that's Lilfir. That's Eve's bard friend.
And the person behind them, I'm guessing.
Do I
Dragon?
recognize that person?
You do
Right.
not. You do know it's illegal for slaves to walk around alone in the city. Lilfir...
Carter's just gonna kind of. Carter's just gonna stand up and just kind of start walking toward that person, dragging his maul behind him.
Alright. Lilfir is going to meet you halfway, wave to Eve and Arabella, and say, I'm looking for somebody. Dark black hair, full of herself, golden dagger. Have you seen her?
She asking me?
She's just asking in the direction of the party.
No, well, I'm just gonna keep walking right past her toward the person that I presume is the owner of this slave, I guess. I don't know what y'all are doing.
Does she ask that to me?
She asked that towards the party. She's met Carter halfway, and Carter just walked around her.
Arabella's gonna look at her and say, I honestly have no clue who you're looking for.
She's just gonna sigh and just go, all right, and then look towards Eve and say, nice to see you again. Tick tock, tick tock. And she's gonna walk back to the guy that Carter is now talking to and say, she wasn't here. They would have told me if she was. Does Carter say anything to this man? He's pretty handsome.
I'm just gonna look at him and be like, "Hey, pretty boy, how much for the girl?"
He's going to say, "What? I just bought her."
I didn't ask if you just bought her. I asked how much.
He's going to lean back for a moment and look at Lilfir. Lilfir is going to roll her eyes and say, Lord Madison would be very unhappy if you just trade my contract. He's gonna say, she's not for sale.
I'm gonna kind of lean closer and whisper in his ear when nobody else can really hear. Is like, is your life really worth one person?
Are you intimidating him?
I sure am.
Roll me an intimidation check. I imagine you
Ignore that. Ignore. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration for it too.
Yeah, I'm imagining you have to like climb up onto a chair to do this.
Oh yeah. It might look funny, but the threat is there.
Is he gonna do anything else to go along with his words, or is he just saying it?
Oh well, his maul is just still there in hand. He'll put it up on. I'm guessing, where is he? Is he next to a bar right now?
right now, yeah, you guys are you are near the entrance of the room. As there is a small little I forget the word foyer. There's a foyer before you turn to your right here, and then it's the large gambling room of the Lucky Lass, and then the gambling room is what leads to the rest of the establishment.
Okay, I'm just gonna pick up my maul with the hammer still down toward the floor and just kind of start tapping it louder and harder with each one as I tell him this.
So a lot of things are going to happen right here. First, like as you're tapping that maul against the floor, this is a pretty boy you are talking to. Like, we're talking high society, rolling into the Lucky Lass with a beautiful girl with him.
I don't look like a pretty.
Yeah,
don't look like
exactly.
I came from there.
You just put the fear of all the gods inside this guy, and the first thing that's going to happen is Lilfear is going to tug on his arms and say, "No need. We were just leaving." Taic is also going to intervene and say, "Oh man, I forgot what Carter's. Bane Caller. Yeah,
Bane Caller.
She's gonna say, Master Bane Caller, this is not the place where we threaten patrons. If you continue to act in this manner, and I have to remind you again, I will kick you out." And then the fourth thing that's gonna happen, as she says that, the man kind of puts two and two together, like, wait, we're leaving, he gets kicked out, we're outside together. And then he's gonna just kind of wave his hands like, no, I think we can come to a deal. And he's gonna just gesture and say, how much would you pay for someone like her? Lilfear is going to look very upset at this.
I'm just gonna say, you keep your life and go, and she stays. That's what I'm gonna give you for this.
He's gonna say, but her contract was 100 gold.
I don't care for her contract. I didn't ask what her contract or what her obligations are. I told you can keep your life and go, unless your life is only worth 100 gold to you.
Taic is going to intervene at this point and say, I think you would find much better accommodations at the Tired Dagger and Maiden's Watch, and I'm going to have to ask that you leave.
I'll step outside and I'm like, that's okay. I'll step outside and I'll wait right by the door for him.
The man is going to turn to Lilfear and say, could we stay a little bit longer? Lilfear, who is, by the way, wearing a slave's collar, is going to look to Taic and say, how much for a room? I think we'll be here for a while. And I think we're gonna end the session there.
Hey Wesley, did you see my message I sent you?
All you guys had to do was say she went that way. Otherwise though, oof, good session. Tense, man. A lot of great tension tonight. I think I'm just gonna give a flat 2,000 for tonight. You guys tried to help Makana. You guys also did end up helping the Silver Sigil. Carter missed a chance to make a good bit of money, and then he also missed a chance to spend a good bit of money.
Yeah, it'd be alright.
Lilfear might be rejoining the party.
Oh god. As a player, I'm like, oh god. Arabella, I'm like, damn it.
I want to deep dig for that XP because I'm 150 away.
I
I just want to say, way to go, Wesley, for RP in that, because that was legit.
That's intense, man.
It was.
Appreciate it.
And I can't stress enough that like I don't want like in character stuff to bleed out of character. I've had that happen before, and it's never fun.
No, I've been playing this game too long to really,
cool. Just wanted to make sure, man.
Your scratchy mic makes things sound really bad.
It really did.
It
sounded so much more intense than it was.
It was so scary, dude. I was like, oh god.
I'm sorry about that. I've had bad internet problem today.
I'm sorry, Wesley. I was just real concerned there for a minute. I was like,
you guys missed the first half of Group 3's campaign, which Group 3's campaign is all about the choices of like what we believe in and everything dealing with Sona and Lady Nakart of just like, alright, do we help or hurt or what's going on? And
Brandon,
my goal is to torture this group emotionally until they break down in what they believe and build back up into something solid.
Well, it's really going to be interesting because I get the feeling that Hogan is one of them people that's not going to budge on his beliefs, and so is Zymor. So it's going to be a constant tension. It's going to be crazy.
With that said, though, I just super solid session. That's
Do
all
I get 150 for getting a weird ass riddle from my patron?
I think Wesley deserves inspiration, Brandon.
Oh
He
yeah,
does,
yeah,
he really does.
Inspiration to Hogan. Not inspiration to Hogan for the ending RP because that was just solid and got you guys more EXP. Inspiration for Hogan for the suplex. Because Shosinus tried to stop you, Makana tried to stop you, Shosinus was like, I can't, and let go.
I can't be too nice.
I even had to compliment the suplex, like, good technique. I like it.
I have to admit, even though like that was he suplexed two people, like just
basically
get your mind around that. At the same time, he suplexed
Just roll.
Like this dude could make a fortune in the WWE.
He's a different character.
I'm gonna let you know I'll stand outside that building however long it takes till Pretty Boy and the chick come out.
You could have just paid the 100 gold, Carter. Just pay the 100.
Oh, I'm not paying to do what I'm doing.
I don't think he wants the slave. I think his issue is that there is a slave.
Bingo.
At least that's what I got from
ding,
it.
ding, 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 ding,
I mean, I know that, but he could have bought it and then been done.
Nah.
No, because that's
pay when
buying
you
into
get
a
it for free?
system that he doesn't agree with. Like,
Exactly. Why pay when I can get it for free?
why pay? Carter doesn't pay for strength.
As of right now, Carter hasn't done anything technically illegal, so
That's true.
Just got kicked out of the Lucky Last forever.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, he could probably make a case to come back in. Especially since, and this is my suggestion as a DM, so you can still, like, not force your party to have to move to a new base of operations. So far, none of the courtesans of, the Lucky Lass wear a slave's collar. And Lilfear by profession is a courtesan, so if you do acquire her contract, you can always sell it to somebody who, you know, will pop the collar or the cherry.
Oh, I'm gonna pop the collar as soon as I have her. I don't care if I have to murder somebody in the middle of the street.
It's like your contract is 100 gold. Your contract is 100 gold. The pleasure of just you existing, you have paid off your contract.
Otherwise, though, Group 3's next session is the 4th.
I feel like that's, you know that's Labor Day, right? I'm just throwing it out there.
Is it?
That is Labor Day.
Okay. I believe we were only meeting on Monday nights for Ben's schedule.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm also available that Tuesday. Or if you guys want to reschedule to another day, we can do that too.
I will say that At that time, I will be having classes Monday through Thursdays. I should be home before evenings on those days, but should I have to stay after for like the library or anything like that, I can't commit to anything but a Monday right now.
Okay.
Till I've been in my classes for a while and kind of have a system worked out, then I'll be able to commit.
I don't do anything with my life except play D&D and write. So, can everybody make that Monday? Because I have 0 Labor Day plans. If not, we'll just talk about it.
It really depends for me since it's Labor Day. I don't know. I don't plan my life that far ahead.
Same.
The schools are closed and stuff right now on that
Brandon.
day. All.
I'm listening.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say. What about Sunday? Could we do the Sunday before?
I think
I thought there a group that plays on Sundays.
No, there's not. I can do that Sunday if you guys can make it. Game of Thrones does end the Sunday before, so the 27th
Yeah, Game of
is the
Thrones
last.
does end this Sunday.
That's what I was thinking.
Everybody make that Sunday, and I'll just message Allison later.
I can make it. Can you guys make
I
it?
can.
All right.
Sam, Wesley.
We'll see. I don't know.
Okay. Tentative, the 3rd. And we will see how things go. I'm going to end the broadcast.